Oh. Hi. It's been a while. Hope you all had Merry Christmases and Good New Years. We all did. Obviously, because, we haven't been able to play in like 2 months. Schedules! But hopefully, new year, new start. Hopefully, schedules will get a bit more standardized and we can play a bit more often. We'll see.
Don't jinx it.
Don't know. Don't jinx it. Obviously, joining me tonight, as always, I am your DM, Paddy, for Dice and Mimics, and joining me, as always, we have Annette as Talia Darkthorn.
Good evening, darlings.
We have Ben as Valdizian and Urt.
Ahoy hoy.
We have Steph as Vienna.
Hello.
We have Reese as Blossom.
Hello.
Now that we freed him from the Mimic, anyway. And we have Aaron as Xandal.
Yellow.
Before I get into what is probably a much-needed recap for everyone, any housekeeping announcements, anything like that?
Just going to go through our normal announcement of just a thank you to all the services and all of the tools that we use to both play D&D and put on this show. We use Sirenscape for their fantastic music and ambience. We use D&D Beyond. Well, most of us use D&D Beyond for our character sheets. Some people like to fiddle around with brackets and full stops and then it goes a bit funny.
I've fixed it by just copying everything, deleting it, and then pasting it in, and it just works. So, fuck me, I guess.
And then we also
turning it off and on again.
Pretty much.
Literally turning off.
And we also use Roll20 for all our maps and for all our dice rolls and things like that. But I also want to do an extra special shout out to anybody out there in the RPG space who's doing something fun, interesting, and different in 2025. It just keeps the game fresh and new. And yeah, looking forward to all the stuff coming out this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, another quick announcement. I'm doing this at the beginning of everyone at the moment, but I'll probably stop in another 2 or 3 sessions. We are playing original 2014 rules. We will not be updating to 2024 rules during this campaign. We probably won't be afterwards either, but that's a discussion for me and the players at a later date if it comes up. But as for those who are maybe fresh to the game or who have only played the 2024 rule set and think that's a bit weird, that's not how it works, we are using the original 2014 rules. So if there's anything that seems a bit different, it could just be our homebrew, it could be the differences in the, additions.
We should go back to second edition.
No!
No.
Could be worse, could be 4th edition. What?
Anyhow,
Don't talk about-
quick. There was no 4th edition. Shh. Anyway,
It wouldn't happen.
quick recap. So, last session, which feels like such a long time ago, the party had just finished off dealing with the Bone Claw and the fallout from that of Grifter slipping into his death-like sleep. They broke the news to various friends and colleagues, and then began searching for potential ways to fix the issue, whilst also following some research trails that they needed to pick up on. They found potential in maybe being able to split Grifter from the Bone Claw by the Raven Queen's main temple in Zinabazab, and they went back to the Jade Library in the Plane of Water and did some research and found out about the 5 gem tethers for the Divine Gate and what they were and why the Faceless were after them. They also found out information about Rixali, the archdemon behind the Faceless. They then did some more minor research until eventually they came back to Maham, and it basically let Barras know that they are ready for a meeting with the gnomish representative from Fogelden at the earliest convenience, and Barras basically replied saying, come to the Sovereign Citadel when you're ready. And that's where we pick up, as you guys are probably just walking through the Sapphire Docks, having just disembarked from the Ferry of the Depths.
Are we going straight to Barras, or...?
I don't know.
I think it's
There's so
probably
much
the
to do.
most pressing issue, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
we don't need to rest up for anything particularly, so.
No.
Quick question. Obviously,
Not
we've
full
had
health,
the,
but no.
the Halloween session since. Would we class it as having a full long rest on the boat on the way
We
here?
at full health.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you will all be up.
If we've had a
Full.
full run rest on the boat, do we have the additional
Yes,
temporary hit points as well?
yes.
How much was that?
Free. It should be free per character level currently.
So we're on level 13, so it's max
39.
39 additional hit points. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I will heal.
Also, Valdizian
You say 32?
in 39.
Oh, 39.
In a small glow of jovial, jolly warmth, you sort of feel something land into your pocket.
The last time I had jovial warmth fall into my pocket, I ended up being eaten by a mimic coin.
No, that was Halloween.
Cool.
That was
Yeah, that
the
was
trick or
Halloween.
treat.
That was a trick or treat, yeah. That was funny that
Yeah.
you couldn't get that bugger to let go.
As you reach in and pull it out, you find a symbol of Triferian made out of reddish bronze hawk feathers that seem to be wrapped around each other.
Interesting.
That the item has been added to your inventory.
Well, I shall have to read.
Sandal, you hear from the back of your mind. What? No, I don't. What do you mean I have to give? No, don't take that. No. And a seasonal jolly warmth fills you as you feel something land into your pocket.
Sorry.
And you pull out a spell book made out of a dark red leather binding. The page is made of a bright white parchment covered in arcane runes and sigils in various colours.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Uh-oh, DM has gone quiet again.
No.
Still there.
Oh no, he's
He's
muted.
muted.
Oh.
Oh no, that means he's probably gonna have to drop out and drop in again. Oh my god, the gremlins just. Someone
No,
needs-
I can't
we
hear
need
him.
a gremlin extermination because. Oh dear.
We've been having
Guys.
some technical difficulties all evening.
I've got-
every session.
I've got Assassin's Creed Eagle Vision.
What do you mean? What is that? What your item is?
I can 3 times a day. I can see the surrounding 1 mile area from a bird's eye view and move that vision anywhere in that area, zooming in and out as I please.
Oh,
No.
fucking Queenie's just sulking on.
It
top
lasts
of the
for
tower,
10
which is
minutes.
Now pointless. No more scout Queenie. Sorry, my poor little
Hello,
raven.
hello.
Oh,
Hello, he's
We're
now
getting
we
back.
sounds.
can hear you, but
Am I back?
now you're barely moving.
Am I here?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
There we
We're
go.
good. We're good. We're good.
Right, there we go. I fixed it. I figured out how to fix it without having to leave. Mwahaha. If that happens again, I'll do it then again.
Cool.
There we go. Right. Move those items to character items.
What's the
There
spell
we
book do,
go.
Randall?
I want to keep it to himself, but like I was excited about mine.
Cool.
I need to add a new page to my tabs.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell them if you want.
I've literally just read it. I've got a handy book.
You can beat people up
Which
with a leather
allows-
bound book. Bludgeoning damage.
Oh no, that allows me to cast. Hold on, let me reread it. A spellbook made out of dark red leather binding. The page is made of a bright white parchment covered in arcane runes and sigils in various colours. The spellbook has 10 charges and regains 1d6 charges at dawn each day. Using this book, the holder can cast any ritual spell from any spell list by expending charges equal to the spell's level.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously the problem is it's ritual casting, so it's not like you can do it in combat. But if you've got a
Yeah.
spare hour.
It's worth it.
You could get
Yeah.
yourself a horse.
Yeah, join the familiar gang or mount gang. Like, summon an animal. Join us.
And it's also why it's only got 10 charges, because then like some of the 6th level rituals can be quite ridiculous. You
Don't
also
wanna be
still
too
need the
OP.
components for the rituals. You can't just
Oh.
like cast
Ah,
them
what?
Does it
willy-nilly.
use components?
Oh yeah, you still need the components. It's
Oh.
only like allowing you to cast them. You still have to go
Oh,
and
so
buy
it's just
components.
basically giving you more spells without actually adding spell. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
You still need the component. Okay, that makes sense. I was
Yeah.
gonna say otherwise that would be a bit OP.
Yeah, no, it's you've still like got to provide the components for the spell.
Sick.
Yeah. So you two receive those. Also, Valdizian, you see a ghostly candle appear floating around your head. As it is a week or so until your birthday, so you get the birthday wish.
I did use mine, didn't I? Oh no, yes, I used
Yes.
it for Fiona, didn't I, during the
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we
last session?
I
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
rolling shit.
kept rolling shit, so I was just like, have my candle.
It's
You
so
need it more
weird.
than I do.
Only a year has passed, but I've seen 5 of these candles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's in your journal. But yes, as you guys are walking along through the Sapphire Docks, those few things happen.
Cool.
Yeah,
Where...
I'm sat there
The rest of us are
nosing
just
through
like
the
stat
book.
increment, please.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Blossom hasn't chosen hers yet. But
Yeah, sorry, I completely forgot.
that's alright. No rush. I did say if you wanted it for this session, I'd need it this week, but if you can want it for next session, it's fine.
Yeah,
Unless you want a stat increment, because then you can just edit your character sheet right now. I guess.
it's fine. I'll figure it out later.
To Barras.
Yep.
Okay.
Onward.
Let us go.
So, passing through the Patchwork Bazaar, moving through the stalls and the smells of spices, cooking meat, flour, various unguents and potion ingredients as they waft from the different stalls, you make your way up into Halcyon Heights through the adjoining gate, and then through past the estates and nice mansions up to the Sovereign Citadel. There you find a guard waiting for you, and they usher you in, and you get led through the familiar dark stone hallways, past the familiar artworks and pieces of architecture and antiquity to your usual meeting room. However, your usual meeting room has a difference in that there is a large scrying mirror set up in one of the normal seating spots. Barras is sat a little opposite the mirror and is currently looking through some reports as he looks up and goes, "Ah, good, welcome. Please come in, sit. I will. The mages will contact Zamzap in a moment, and we will begin this meeting. I will make introductions, and then I will mind my own business. This is a meeting between yourself and Major Cog Zanzap, so I'm just here as the mediator, really. I trust everything went well with your excursion."
Yes, a little terrifying, but yes. The gems are, they're just tethers to the Divine Gate. Nothing to worry about. Only if they get destroyed, the whole world ends. The usual.
That is a lot to be dropped on you.
How do you think I felt?
I'm going to compartmentalize that for now, and I will deal with that at a later date. I will trust in you to do what you can about it. Yeah. You just see him sort of just sat there now in deep thought as you all take your seats around the table. A mage comes in and Barras sort of just waves for them to begin, and you watch as they fiddle with the mirror, and then you watch as arcane energy flares and it comes to life, and slowly a image forms within it of a rather elderly-looking gnomish gentleman sat behind a desk. He has a long beard, but very carefully trimmed, along with a small goatee. And he looks up at you and smiles, and you see these dark, sort of like blue beetleish eyes, smooth shaped teeth, a few wrinkles on the face, a couple of liver spots here and there. But he looks up and goes, greetings, greetings. I am Major Cog Zanzap Moonshadow. Oh, Emperor Barras, how lovely to see you. Barras goes, yes, lovely to see you too, Major Cog Moonshadow. These are the adventuring group sponsored by my country and city, Armatae. He goes around and introduces you each one by one. And goes, they have some questions for you. This is more... Pardon? Zanzap Moonshadow. He goes, this is their meeting more than mine. I'll just be in the background. Just sort of sits back and starts going through some of his papers, and Zanzap goes, very good, very good. Well, pleasure to meet you all. How can I be of assistance?
We have a bit of a dire situation.
I see.
There are 5 stones that are very important, and we have reason to believe that you have one of them. A unscrupulous evil organization called the Faceless already have 3 of them, and if they get all 5, the Divine Gate will fall. So we kind of need to make sure that they don't get all of them.
The minute you mention stones and 5 stones and that they have one, his face locks down. Whereas before he was open and friendly, this is now diplomatic, blank face. He goes, I acknowledge we have a stone. It is perfectly safe, perfectly protected. Fogledon is well protected. I don't think we have to worry.
I hope you're right.
Can you make sure
right.
even further? If you think you have enough, do
Add
more.
more.
Fogledon is hidden. No one can find us unless we wish them to. We will be fine. We have always been fine. We do not need help from outsiders.
No, that's fine. We completely
That's
understand.
fine.
Are you aware of the magical city of... My mind has gone blank.
Ingbrook.
Ingbrook.
Ingbrook, it is already fallen.
Ingbrook were fools. They allowed people in and out of their city willy-nilly. We do not. Fogledon is for gnomes and only gnomes. Only gnomes can come and go, and only under strict guidelines. This has been done this way since the calamity, and we have not had a single incursion.
And you check for things like polymorph, obviously?
We check for everything.
Okay.
For one thing, you cannot even get a polymorph in here because you have to know where here is, and no one does.
I hate to be the... sound difficult, but are you confident that a gnome isn't going to be a problem?
All gnomes who leave Fogledon for more than a day and with outside of the local area have their minds wiped of Fogledon's location. The only way to have this returned to them is by a preset code in their brain locked away by magic that can only be done by a representative from Fogledon, trusted from the government, normally a minor cog or less, who will go to them and unlock that information whilst returning them to Fogledon.
I'm assuming this mirror connection is secure, right?
No, very.
Good. Well, that's reassuring, at least.
Just
No idea
saying...
how worrying it is. I mean,
Yes.
when you've got the Raven Queen asking you to do shit, like, you take it seriously, so I feel reassured.
We do not truck with such deities as the Raven Queen,
Why not?
because we have no need of them. We have our own deities and we have our technology.
Right.
What we're saying
Sure.
is now you've been warned, don't...
Don't
Become
blame us if it
complete-
all goes shit.
Your warning has been taken.
Can I speak?
Sorry. Sorry.
Don't become complacent. Just because you've managed all up until this point, do more. Now you're on your guard more than ever.
We will continue as we have always done, as we always shall, and we will be as safe as we always have been. We thank you for your warning, but again, outsiders are not welcome in Fogelden, nor are there opinions or thoughts.
Can I pose a question to you? If, for example, an outsider was able to get into Fogelden to prove that your defences aren't as secure as you say they are, would you reconsider the security of the stones?
If the outsider managed to get into Fogelden, they would likely die. We do not just leave our borders undefended. We are not quite foolish.
No, I'm aware. I'm just... If an adventuring group that you are slightly aware of, say us, were able to get into Fogelden, would you...
Not. We're not.
No, I was just saying, as an example...
You watch as he leans forward on the desk and goes, "Are you threatening my nation?" That's what it sounded like.
You look threatening to you. Look at that little sappy face.
He is a dragonborn.
Oh, you're one of those, are you? Oh, great.
I'm just saying, even the biggest defences need to be tested, maybe by your own people. Sometimes people pull in outside consult.
We test everything.
Okay, I meant no offence. I don't want the world to end.
But you implied it.
I don't want the world to end. That's all.
We're just very concerned. Have you ever heard of the name Rick Sully?
No, and I don't particularly care. I believe, Baras, this meeting is at an end. Thank you for your time. And you watch as the scrying mirror just blinks out.
Well, that was hopeless.
Well, he was an asshole. Probably could have
Baras goes,
diplomatic, though.
Well...
Why didn't you do the talking for us? I always open my mouth and stick my foot in it.
Well, I'm not going to do the talking in case I upset them. I like to have a good diplomatic relationship with people.
Ah. It's fine if we have a bad diplomatic relation.
Yes, you are merely affiliated with Maham. You do not represent Maham. There's a difference.
Convenient.
Very.
I feel like there's an obvious problem that they would refuse to consider.
Their own hubris?
Well, if a gnome were to betray them.
That's what I'm... That's why I asked the question.
They're not considering an insider at all, which is pretty stupid, actually.
They're probably considering that they're heavily isolationist, and for anyone to even leave, they have to go through rigorous checks.
They have the knowledge for 24 hours.
For now,
But anyway, if you'll excuse me, I need to go visit the little boy's room. And he gets up, and Talia, he looks you dead in the eyes, winks, and then walks out, leaving his paperwork on the table.
I'm gonna just slide across the table and have a look at the paperwork.
As you leaf through, a lot of it seems to be useless, like budget reports and that sort of thing. And then as you move a couple of bits, one falls out. And on it is recent intelligence report from the spy network of Maham. We have managed to possibly locate the area of Fogelden's residency to the Ghostlight Woods.
Oh, that sounds ominous. Should I... Oh wait, no. I'll just scan it because it'll be in my diary, won't it?
What do you mean?
I mean, take my diary. I've looked at it.
Oh yeah.
What I would do is in the diary, so I'm just gonna have a look and see if there's any notes in the margin as well, in case the diary randomly knows about that place.
Yep, you check. There is no notes.
Oh my god, that's what? No notes?
There's notes in the margins, but nothing about that.
Oh right, sorry. I thought you meant no notes, as in like this intel is just so enchanted that even my diary can't read it. Oh.
No. You sort of flip back and you see things like you see go back to the bit about the 5 gems, and it's like, seriously, 5 gems? Wouldn't 8 have been better, or 9? Maybe 100?
I love
Wow,
my diary, such
okay,
a
so-
sarcastic ass.
Ghostlight Woods is hell of a way.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
we could do a sightseeing tour. We can stop by the Catacombs of Mighty Death whilst we're on fucking route, can't we?
Catacombs of Demonic Doom, they're called, and we don't.
No, this is the
there
Catacombs of Mighty
Catacombs
Death.
of Mighty Death.
Wait, there is?
Yes.
There's a Catacombs
look
of
at
Demonic
the
Doom and
most-
Mighty Death.
And
Where's
I'm
that?
pretty sure that there's
Where's
a
that?
spellbound
So
item in
go
there.
right up north and then right to the left. Like
Yeah,
as
so there's
far
a-
left
Oh,
as you
yeah,
can go.
yeah, there is. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the
Just
Catacombs
casually.
of Catacombs of Demonic Doom had a soulbound item in, and yeah, there is also a
There's
Catacombs
another-
of Mighty Death.
There's
Alright.
another item in. Was it in the tower? Is it in Ethan's tower?
You got that one. You got Effen's Tower.
Yeah,
That
I
was
was going
the
to say, I
Cloak of
think there is
Stars.
another
Was
one
that closed?
left though.
Yeah, the
That was the Cloak of
Yeah.
Stars. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
that no one's claimed yet.
Well, I mean,
I thought Sandal had that.
Mm,
no,
Sandal,
he wants the.
Sandal took
he
it, but he didn't
wants
bind
the
to
Time
it.
of Winds. He wants the Time
Yeah.
of Winds.
Where's that?
I
You
don't know.
don't know.
What's that one?
All right,
We just know that it exists.
fair enough. So
No, I don't think there's an item that I've been.
So anyway,
particularly
I will rearrange the notes back the way they were, exactly how they were, and I will go. We should leave. Let's go turn to the jigging jester and have a talk. Yes. And then just give you all like a meaningful look, like we need to leave.
yeah,
Yep. So the guard outside the door escorts you all back out of the Sovereign Citadel, and you go back through Halcyon Heights along the now familiar route back into the Gateway District to the Jigging Jester. Arriving back, you go and sit at your usual table in the tavern, or would you prefer to go and meet upstairs in your meeting room?
Go and meet upstairs where it's quiet.
Okay, so you head up and sit down in your meeting room, and the floor is yours.
Oh, knows kind of where this gnome city is.
Oh, I thought you said it in the room, but
No,
Okay.
I would like I had to be covert. Like he was just like, go on, I'm gonna conveniently look away and you're gonna look at my notes, but I can't actually tell you because then I can't
Yeah.
disavow any knowledge that I told you.
okay.
So it's in a what was the place called again?
The Ghostlight Woods.
Ghostlight Woods? And I've never heard of that. It sounds creepy.
Would
insert
I?
Val's sarcastic comment about the Catacombs of Mighty Death here.
I would say the only person who might have done would be Blossom. Blossom, roll me a history check.
What do we call it? The moon
Ghostlight Woods.
Ghostlight Woods. Yeah.
Ghostlight
Oh, I don't.
Woods. Shit, we can't go there because I haven't prepared anything.
I mean, even 14. So, for starters, you know that there is supposed to be another Order of the Claret Order that frequents the Ghostlight Woods. Obviously, you are a member of the Order of the Lycan. There are other orders as well. But you can't remember exactly which one it is. The only thing you do remember is that the Ghostlight Woods were, during the Calamity, it was an area that wasn't too heavily involved in fighting, but because of the fighting that was going on, it did get affected, and a partial rip into the Feywild appeared somewhere in the Ghostlight Woods, and it spilled into some area that is filled with a type of mist, almost like a fog, and this fog had very heavy magical properties, and anyone who enters the Ghostlight Woods and isn't properly prepared generally ends up getting turned around, lost, trapped in mirages, hallucinations, all sorts of terrible stuff. Like the few survivors who have come out of the Ghostlight Woods speak of like having, they thought they'd spent a day in there and they've come out 10 years later, sort of thing. Because of that, it has become a haven for fey creatures, dark creatures, even some forms of undead have taken to lurking there. And you get the feeling that if there was a city there, it would go very heavily undiscovered because no one could find it. It is almost intraversible as a location.
Definitely sounds like the kind of place you'd be looking for.
I'm concerned that if we were to try and go there, we may end up leading someone right to it.
I
So
have to agree. Not to
I'm
mention,
reluctant to go stirring that pot right now.
we don't really want to make a possible ally of Maham an enemy.
Yeah.
Because
So
just because Boras could disavow knowledge of us doesn't necessarily mean that they won't blame him for us
Yeah.
coming.
Could we do the opposite?
What?
Could we use maybe the underground to put out fake intelligence that we are going to meet the gnomish town in a different location and set a trap?
It is possible, yes, but you also have to bear in mind that if we ask the underground to do us a favor, we will be in their debt. So, and we don't know what they will ask of us.
And considering how that meeting just went, I don't really want to be using them as bait, if you like.
I mean, it's going to be a completely
security
different...
sounds a downside better than... Well, I mean, we don't really know what the Drake Crags are like, but I don't know. I think a secret city that nobody knows about is a bit more secure than a mountain and a dragon.
I know. I was more on about, like, if we say that we're going to go through the Desert of Rust to somewhere past the Desert of Rust to go to a secret place. Maybe we can lead some of the bad guys there and lay a trap.
I'm actually wondering if the dragon might be the next option. We may even meet half of them there.
Or
it's going to be the
easier.
If we think it's the easier of the two, they may think the same thing.
Or we lure the faceless and get some of the stones they already have back. But then how would we secure it? How do you protect it from an organization so secret?
Would they be just carrying around the stone?
I wasn't necessarily thinking about... Oh, sorry, I'll let you go.
Could, in theory, trap them. If we leave one of them alive to go back.
I was going to say, they're likely to send out scouts first to see what the gen is, and we could capture the scouts and try and get intel out of them, or, as you say, try and track them back to wherever they are. I'm just thinking that might be a way of utilising this without utilising or damaging their security.
But then we'd have to find one to begin with. Do we want to hover around the mountain for a while?
Make them think we already have a stone? They would come after us. We're a problem. Roll. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. I really think that maybe the Raven Queen has a little too much confidence in us. Or me, that I can do anything as one person. Or any of us. Like, how do we even... This is big. Bigger than anything we've ever done.
I think you're right with laying down a trap. But we need to find someone to trap. And it's how we go about doing that. I doubt very much. Well, you never know. There could be someone in Maham watching us. We don't know.
Could be being spied on right now. Who knows?
That's why I'm concerned about going to the gnome city, just in case.
That's why I said pick another random location or a known hostile location that we've been to before, so we know what the sitch is and try and lure them there.
I think if we'd have better luck trying to go after the other one first.
Because I think that's how they would think. If
What,
we're thinking,
go after the dragon.
Well,
Well,
the dragon may
the
be
city.
easier for them than
yeah. First of all, they may have multiple parties, so we can intercept any that's already there. And second, I don't imagine the dragon has no business. I imagine a lot of people, adventuring parties, would be interested in dealing with it and stumble across something they shouldn't.
Try and steal from the dragon's hoard.
may not do. What do we know of this dragon?
Yeah, what do we know? It's
So-
fire.
For 3 of you, which would be Talia, Valdizian, and Ert, you have all heard the name Umbrablade before. When you went into the Black Waste and dealt with the kobolds and the lizard man there, to gain the Abyss Dust in that very first foray as a group,
Oh yeah,
that
God,
was
right.
a original horde of Umbrablade and a clan of kobolds and a lizard man who protected it on Umbrablade's behalf. Umbrablade obviously hasn't been back there in hundreds of years, but that was like an original horde of that black dragon. And Umbrablade, like, there are stories about Umbrablade. Like, Umbrablade is known as Umbrablade the Destroyer. It is a ancient black dragon, almost like not as old as the Calamity, but only sort of maybe 500 years younger. So probably about 1,000, 200, 1,500 years old. Estimates vary depending. And it obviously for quite a while it was a scourge in this area because its lair was in the Black Waste. Some actually think that the Black Waste came to be because of the effects of the dragon, as much as the effects of the desolation of Samuta that flows into that area. Then it started slowly beginning to move westward, and there was a period where it was known to be around sort of Minas Pengoli and the various places around there. Bafford Castle, which is in ruins, was supposedly where it once attacked and leveled a fortress to get at some treasure. And the last anyone heard of it was roughly 100 years ago, when it was known that it went to the Drake Crags, where there was a major dwarvish city that was overflowing with wealth. Like the Drake Crags, that where they were was a major major gold vein, silver vein, gem veins. It was rich, and the Drake Crags themselves were infested with other dragons, and the dwarves there were very good at fending off dragons. But when Umbrablade came, Umbrablade didn't go about things like a normal dragon. Umbrablade was sneaky and made sure it went around and found like the back doors of the dwarves, sealed them up, used troops and followers, and basically took the city for itself. And after it had been gone into the city and taken it, no one has seen it since. People have gone to the Drake Crags and have apparently spoken to representatives of Umbrablade, but no one has ever seen Umbrablade itself and lived, or has willingly told the tale to people.
So what I'm hoping is we don't actually have to deal with the dragon. We can just be nearby.
I feel like that is bound to be right in its hoard. It's to give it up. We have to. Do we have any?
Do we want
What the
it?
hell could we offer that is more important than a tavern?
we want
at the
it?
gate?
Is what I'm saying. If the dragon can carry on looking after it for all I care,
Yeah,
as long as it's safe
just
too.
because we don't have anything to trade doesn't mean the Faceless don't offer it. I mean, big archdemon.
No, we don't need the gem. The dragon can keep the gem. We
Oh,
can
just
just
that.
pop
I'm
the
just more
Faceless-
concerned that the Faceless might get it.
Well, if they get it first, then we fight the faceless.
We do have something to.
Raises her hand and goes, "We don't want gem. Faceless
don't.
do want.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Faceless do want gem. Whatever deal the faceless make has to get them the gem. We could just go and offer a deal where we pay Dragon to keep gem.
Yeah.
But how
Win-win
much-
for Dragon. Keeps gem, gets more treasure.
But
Wouldn't we have to
why
give him
would it
something
not
with more
just-
financial value?
accept their deal afterwards.
Yeah.
We
and
do
gets
have
both.
something of the greatest financial value to the dragon.
What?
If the faceless get the stone, he loses his hoard because the world ends. He loses his life, he loses all of his gold, he can no longer...
It's an ancient black dragon, Val. I think it's a bit... it's not defenseless. Like, it's not going to get destroyed just because the demons come
Even if
through
somebody
the divine
sneaks
gate.
out the stone from underneath him, he will still lose his hoard, like all of his gold, because the world will end.
There's also a chromatic dragon, right?
So I probably shouldn't go. Or stay
No,
back.
which means they're evil, right? So why would they care? They've just joined sides with Rixali.
Roll a history check for anyone
one
who
of
wants
us?
to. This is to do with chromatic dragons. So
I know
anyone...
nothing.
I'll
I
not
know
roll.
nothing.
I-
I know nothing. 7. Fuck.
Xandal didn't let the team down.
Thank
Okay,
God.
Sandal and Blossom.
And
Not when
Blossom.
asking me to roll anything about history. Talia doesn't pay attention. She's an idiot.
So basically, Xandal and Blossom, you would both know chromatic dragons, though they are evil, they are selfish as fuck. Like, chromatic dragons rarely work together, if at all. Like, and even when they do, it's only for a brief period and only when it's in their own interest to do so. The only time chromatic dragons will work in a group or with other groups when it's not in their own interest is if Tiamat physically is there to make them. Tiamat, though she is the queen of chromatic dragons, she is stuck on the first plane of hell. She is stuck in Avernus. So a lot of chromatic dragons think at the point of, well, why the hell do I need to listen to you? Sort of thing. I'm here on the material plane. I can do what the fuck I want. And a lot of the time, if it doesn't benefit them, they ain't gonna do it. Like, there's
So,
no...
if the gems were to be used, would
I know what you're saying.
Tiamat be able to come back to this plane?
If the divine gate is gone, then there is nothing stopping any upper deity or upper
I think I
archfey.
see where you're going
Oh,
with this, Blossom.
All we do is
Tell them,
tell
hey,
him
you
that-
like not
yeah.
having Tiamat
Your boss not around.
boss you around, but if you skip that gem, then she can come and tell you what to do. Right?
yeah.
If we have to deal with a
Just-
dragon
just-
at
Well,
all,
just convince it that
I really
the,
don't want to deal with an
the
ancient
gem is
dragon,
worth
I'm not
more
gonna
to,
no,
lie.
to
I
him
don't want to
than
die.
any treasure.
yeah, because you're all talking as if we're going to wander into the mountain itself. We might get there before the faceless and not even have to even enter that mountain. We can just deal with the faceless there and then, and not even think about what's going on back there.
I mean, either
Are
way,
you
me or
thinking there's
Val
only going to be
die.
like 10 faceless? Because there's
Well, no, there's probably going to be
Yeah.
hordes, but
Yeah. I don't think me and Val have really explained to you just how dangerous the faceless are, other than like a spooky name.
No, you've not really told us anything about
I
them.
really,
Tell us the
really
name, but that's it.
wish that I could show you what Rixali looks like, because she's fucking terrifying, and it really sucks. You know, I've seen in the threads what could happen. It's. I'm not going to lie. I'm quite terrified. I'm not normally scared of things I have to face. You know, I died, God knows how many times, but somehow come back.
I mean,
It's scary.
scale-wise, I would imagine.
World ending.
No, I was going to say we had the Vodawoid. What, 5 to 10x them, probably?
Yeah. That was just the people in the sea.
So what you're saying is we've got no choice but to go and have a chat with a dragon.
Well,
Really? I don't know.
how much do we know about what the dragon already knows about this gem?
What's the point? Does it even know what it's got? And if it does, will that give it more or less value?
Oh well, if it knows what it's got, then it's likely to not make any deal
Anyway.
for it.
Mhm.
But if we go in and tell it what it's worth, even if it doesn't know, it's likely to say that it does, and it resents the fact that we would think that it doesn't. So
But then we also have to take into account that even if we get the gem, how are we going to protect it from the faceless any more than a dragon if we're scared of the dragon?
That's what I'm concerned about, which is why
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
want to
terrified
hold
about.
that one.
I'm not
I'm
planning to take-
terrified that no matter what we do, we're going to fail.
I think we'd leave the dragon to protect it, but the problem is if we go anywhere near the dragon, it's going to find a reason to.
Chompers.
Yeah.
So
What if?
with those rolls, Blossom and Zandal, you would know black dragons in particular are the most sadistic of the chromatics. They
Yeah, I don't really
revel.
like
They revel in destruction. They enjoy it.
But white dragons were the scary mother crazy. They're the
White,
most
white,
feral.
white dragons are the most feral. They hunt. They don't destroy for the sake of destroying. They hunt for the joy of hunting. Black dragons are more likely to literally just go, I'm bored. Oh, there's a human village. I'm going to swamp it in acid and laugh as I watch.
Sometimes.
Green
Could we
dragons.
set up traps for the faceless?
Oh, like get them showered in acid? That would be cool.
I'm trying to think of ways of not having to go and see this dragon.
I don't want to see an ancient black dragon because I know that we're all like shit and then he'll eat us. That's what's gonna happen here.
Always
So
just
it
start
goes-
with a message.
Goes, should we go speak to Frodowin? I mean, if anyone's going to know most about a dragon, it would be a
Another
dragon.
dragon. Yeah, that's not a bad
That might be a
idea.
good shout.
Wasn't. Oh no, that might have been something else. Was Fraudrin quite young?
He's a young bronze
Frodowin,
dragon.
yeah, Frodowin is quite young, but that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't know other dragons.
Not to mention,
no,
a
but
young dragon doesn't necessarily mean that he ain't a lot
No,
older than any of
in
us.
comparison to an ancient dragon,
Mm.
especially of that age, it's
The other end of the
Oh yeah,
spectrum.
he is not going to volunteer to come and fight with you,
Yeah.
but if he
Oh,
can
no,
give
no,
you
no.
info, he'll do it.
Frodowin's a lover, not a fighter. Bless him. I mean, we haven't talked to our patron in a while, so we probably should like go say hi.
Mhm.
Might be
Yeah.
the last time we see him if.
He might be in his new house by now.
Yeah,
Might have put some nice drapes and. We did clear out the.
Yep, we did.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that dragon that I called a bitch, and then
Yes.
Yeah.
that was fun.
It did cross my
Yeah.
mind, Talia. Please don't call it anything untoward.
I'm not going to call an ancient black dragon a bitch. I want to live.
Let's stick with
Alright,
it.
you wanker!
Yeah. All right, that word that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get us banned on YouTube. How you doing? Jeez.
Okay, so it's a start. Let's cover all options. Let's talk to anyone we need to talk to.
So Frodowin, I guess.
Rodwin.
We're going to talk to
Also
him?
goes, I could also try scrying.
The problem with
I-
crying is if they know they're being watched, then they might change their plans. Or
I meant
Kill the dragon?
Underblade. I know his name and his location.
I mean, we
Would
could
a
try, but surely it would
Dragon?
know.
No.
They don't know who's on the other end of the scrying. They just know they've been scryed upon.
Might make it.
But
Might put them
don't-
on edge. Maybe it'll
don't
put them
hold the
on edge.
dragon.
So when the faceless try and steal the gem, he'll just be like, "Yeah, might have scryed on me," and then eat them.
What's up, Xander?
That's actually not a bad
Uh,
plan.
Don't older dragons also have that magic thingy where they can prevent things from happening up to
With a
Legendary-
28, with a 28, you know that ancient black dragons have true sight, so they would be able to
Yeah.
see the sensor if it wasn't well hidden. However,
yeah.
only certain dragons gain certain abilities. So though, like yes, there. So mechanically speaking, yes, it will have a legendary resistance, but
Yeah.
it's not likely to waste one of them on a scrying spell. Like that's not an
Okay.
immediate threat, sort of thing. But
Yeah.
there's also the fact of some dragons obviously go into learning the arcane arts, some don't, some specialize in being sneaky, that sort of thing. It depends on the dragon and where their proclivities lie.
Yeah. I'm just going to say all that.
But even if it could trace the scrying back to Urt or even to us, it would still potentially put it on edge, on guard.
Enough
And-
to guard it even more. Yeah.
To
And
suspect
if-
that someone might be coming for its hoard. Yeah.
Yeah, and it may assume that we're that we'd sent the faceless to do our work.
Not a bad shout. We can
Alright
try
then.
it.
Shall we scry on the dragon and then
See what we
go
can
and
see.
talk to Crodwin for more information, and then go and kiss our loved ones goodbye when we go and talk to an ancient dragon and die.
One quick idea if he is going to trace it back to put on my cloak a sec.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to see through it though.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
True sight.
Oh, true sight. Never mind. I was just going to say, make yourself look like one of the faceless.
I mean, for the shits and giggles, why not do it anyway? It's kind of funny.
Give it a go, see if...
Quickly pulls out the book.
If anything,
flips-
so you guys know what the faceless looks like.
She pulls out the book, flips through it, and reaches into a page and pulls out all the way back from Moontide a broken faceless mask.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had that. You know,
And she puts it on her face, like except for obviously the chipped part at the bottom.
Okay.
they're
that's
not
the
very
mask.
not very imaginative in their like cult name. You know, faceless blank mask. You know, haha. I personally feel a little offended because it's a little bit like the Raven Queen's mask. But you know, scry.
So, scrying.
So, begins to cast the scrying spell, and after 10 minutes of casting, her eyes go glassy. And
Do a
you
roll
hear
for
her
this,
go.
don't I?
No, it's the creature being scryed upon that
Okay.
has a roll. It gets a save.
We have the components.
What? Yes.
Probably.
Glossy stuff
Yeah.
is all
You
right.
went and bought.
We've all got a
You
mirror.
went and bought.
We've got a crude
Yeah,
mirror.
you got a mirror. Yeah. What is spell save DC?
Wisdom 16.
Wisdom 16. Okay.
Ancient dragons probably go easily past that.
Okay. So, Ert blinks and then sort of goes, I see dragon. Oh, dragon sees me. Okay. Dragon is just looking at me, sleeping on big hoard in middle of what looks like massive lake of. Oh, is that acid? That does not look. Oh, okay. Dragon just went into lake of acid. Okay.
Does
Where
it
did
have-
dragon
but
go?
Did you see a gem? Do you see a gem, Ert?
Roll a perception check for Ert for me. Okay. Okay.
19's
We
better.
went straight for the candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you do? Because you just went, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
I was like,
don't
grab
wanna
out
be
the
like-
earth.
You really don't want to be making hand signals like that on the internet, my dude. Okay.
Sort of like seems to be looking around, and then she sort of gasps. Dragon just came out of lake, holding gem.
Showing you? That's weird.
And then
That's
you
it.
all hear a voice
Oh shit.
come through Ert's mouth. That is not Ert's. So, the ants finally realize what I have.
He knows what he's got.
I'm curious as to which group this is. Let's see how the game progresses. And then reels back. The connection broken.
Why is it whenever we do something, the situation is always worse than before we did it?
Which is why I said don't go to the gnome city.
I would say,
Yeah.
No,
necessarily
I agree
worse.
with you on that one. I agree with you on that one.
I would say that's actually probably the best case scenario. It does
Yeah.
So he's
seem-
aware, but that means he's aware of more than the face. Does that mean he's aware of us by reputation
he
and the
knows-
face?
I think
he knows
he's
that
someone
gem
else.
is extremely
probably gonna be-
valuable.
Yeah, he's probably going to be cocky enough to know that we, as simpleton beings, will fight over it regardless of
It's
what
only-
group it is.
The dwarfs one, right? So
This is the dwarfs originally, yeah.
referring to thinking that the dwarfs want it back. Doesn't necessarily.
You know that Daedalus wanted to retake places like the Drake Crags.
Mm.
He wanted to go and retake ancient dwarven cities.
David, get your ass back in the campaign.
I miss him so much. I miss being told I'm saying his name wrong when saying it right.
Xandal, with your 28 history check for Black Dragons,
Yeah.
you can easily pass part of that message. A Black Dragon is sadistic. They take joy
Oh, yeah.
in the pain of others. Taking a very valuable item and then holding it for ransom as various parties try and either get through his defenses to get it and thus die whilst doing so, or potentially fight each other for it, is going to be hilarious for a Black Dragon.
I think we need to make our way there. I understand you saying that there's probably a whole horde of faceless on their way there, but if we can at least lessen the amount of faceless going into the mountain to go and get destroyed by an ancient black dragon, the chances of them getting destroyed are more likely if we lessen the load.
Or we let the Black Dragon deal with the faceless and we sneak in.
Why? We don't want the gem.
We don't want the gem, Xandal. We don't have any way of defending the gem. We have nowhere to hide it that the faceless cannot get to.
We're more concerned if the faceless overthrow the dragon.
Mhm.
Because big vats of acid sounds like a pretty good defense.
Mm.
Yeah.
We could always just
God.
do a sending spell. Go like, hey, we don't want the gem. Bad guys want the gem.
Yes,
They're
but
coming.
if there is sadistic as Xandal says, and we inform him that it would be really bad if the faceless got the gem and we don't want it, like he's gonna be like, oh, so it would really hurt you if they got it, and then they give him the gem and we're fucked.
I don't think he would care that much about our feelings.
Probably.
But
I have a really, really stupid idea.
I mean,
might
we've
just
won.
That's about normal. Go on.
That's normal for us.
You know that voice in my head that you always tell me not to listen to?
Yes, the one that's really evil, and I've told you not to bargain with him, but you keep doing it and you won't listen to me. Yes.
Why don't we send the gem to him? He can't get out. No one can get in.
If the gems were all destroyed, wouldn't He be able to get
surely
out? Do
he
you
would
really?
want-
And he's
yeah.
evil. You want to give him a powerful artifact that literally stops the divine gate from,
We only need to
opening.
send him one. We
But
only need to send him one.
if he destroys that,
Yeah, but if he
then
destroys that, that's one
because
down.
No,
why
no,
would
no,
he
no,
not?
no. The books. I'm pretty sure it said you have to have all 5 to be able to destroy them. You can't destroy them individually. They all have to be gathered, and then you shatter them all.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Which is why it's so important that we at least get one and stop the faceless from getting it, because then they can't destroy the divine gate. But the only problem is, we don't have any enchantments or anything that's powerful enough to defend it. If we even get it.
So
Sandal,
if we
Yeah.
make a charisma saving throw, please.
And now you've
Okey-dokey.
told that dick about the fucking gem. Now he's going to want it. Oh my god.
Listening anyway.
I know. I was going to say he would know what we're
I'm
doing.
gonna fail it. I'm gonna fail it.
You
You're gonna
choose.
let-
Okay. You all watch as
If I know
one
it's
of.
Sandal, if I know
You
it's
all-
Sandal speaking first, yeah.
So Xandal, you are still conscious, but you feel the control of your mouth and one of your eyes vanish, and the rest of you see as one of Xandal's eyes turns this pitch yellow, glowing, and you watch as he speaks. Ah, right, finally got through. Hello again, all of you. Nice to meet you again. Hazlick here. Hello. Yes. Just to make you aware, what the fuck are you all on? You intend to send a dimensional tether
Off
through a
the plane.
dimensional.
That's what I was trying
It
to
physically
say.
will not work. You
I
cannot
don't
Yeah.
like
do
you
it.
anyway. I don't like you, Haslik. I think what he's
No,
saying.
I'm just saying it will not work. You
Yeah.
physically cannot do it. I was possibly going to suggest maybe try and send it to the Feywild, but that won't work either because again, it cannot
it's
leave
Fey.
the plane. It is divinely locked to your material plane. It cannot leave it.
We can't put
It's
it
why-
in a bag of holding or the
Nope.
book of holding?
Nope.
No, it will.
well,
If you put it in a bag of holding, the only thing I can recommend is getting it, taking it to some out of the way place in the middle of nowhere, and burying it as deep as you can,
Yeah, but then
and
you
then
want to find it.
forgetting where it was. That is the only recommendation I can think of to keep these perfectly safe. Either that, or invent the biggest, most powerful safe you can. Anyway, I've just expended too much magic. Yep, and Xandal, you regain control.
That's what I was trying to say.
Do you know
was
what I
like,
really
"Okay,
hate?
plane locked."
Because I hate the most is when he takes control and he's fucking helpful. I hate it. I hate it when Haslick's helpful. Ah!
Xandal, you hear in your head, well, sorry if I don't want my one tether outside of this horrible fog-filled domain to die.
That's kind of endearingly sweet in a way. He doesn't actually
Very
care about
self-serving.
you. It's so self-serving. He doesn't actually care about you, but it is kind of sweet.
I mean, it's kicking the can down the line to face another big bad. But would the compass be of value to Umberblade?
How would we get the items that we might need if we fail and we have to fight Rixali?
We'd have the stone, so we.
Yeah, but the compass
It's
isn't
not
that
going to
useful
kill
until
Rixali.
unless you
It-
want a soulbound item, which we've mostly got. So
Well, I mean, well,
It
there's only
shows him his
two
biggest
that doesn't have
desire.
one.
It will help him build to whatever he wants. Like, I don't
The
know, I'm
compass
just
doesn't
spitballing.
show your heart's desire. It just
Oh,
shows
okay.
the way to a
It
soul-bound
shows
item.
It's
soul
not
bound
the
item.
fucking. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Sorry, I
company.
thought it was only because like we're looking for soulbound items for some
No,
reason.
No,
it
it
only
shows
shows
you where soulbound
oh,
items are. It
yeah.
doesn't tell you what your heart's desire is. Jeez. Also, if we're going to the
What?
Drake Crags, should we not be taking the boy and visiting the Raven Queens to try and help him?
we can do that on the way. Might be able to. I think, personally, I think if we're gonna die, whatever we do, we've got to do something. So let's make our way over to the Drake Crags.
Just
We might
leave
see
it.
something.
I don't think we could protect it any more than an ancient black dragon.
No, which is why I'm like, let's just deal with the faceless that might be on their way.
Okay, so choosing the order that we want to die in, should we go to Fraudwin first? Because we're.
Bye.
Yeah.
Let's go to Fraudrin first, and then go try and save the kid, and then Black Dragon, gnomes. If we
End of
come
the
up with a
world.
better plan en route, we'll come up with a better plan en route.
We don't want to deal with the dragon, but if we go there to try and find any of the faceless, and then
That's what I mean.
Just
We
meant
can-
Black
Well, it
Dragon as in
sounds
a
like
location.
These two gems are quite well protected. I think we'd have a better chance
Of getting the faceless and
one-
killing them and
Yeah,
stuff.
getting
Yeah,
the
that's-
gems.
Trying to get to
That's
the
where
gems.
I'm trying to lead us.
Well, I mean, earlier, like I was saying, why don't we make the faceless think that we have a gem so they come after us and then kill the bastard? Make a fake.
We could say that we got something very valuable from a dragon. We're not lying if we get something from Fraudwin.
Who's to say that
Yeah.
the faceless hasn't done the scrying thing to the dragon as well?
Mm.
In which case,
So-
the dragon will have shown the gem. We've probably got more chance of pretending we've got the gnome one.
And we're back in a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go to Fraudwin?
Let's go talk
Yeah.
to Fraudwin. Maybe he'll know something.
We'll start with that one. Go there.
I just feel
Oh.
like we're over our heads.
All right, so you all head back out of the Jigging Jester.
I want
As
to
you
take a
leave,
fight with Hunter before I do, because I'm paranoid that I'm going to die. Oh, he's muted again.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh, it is 20 past
He's,
8.
he's fixing it. Oh no,
Yeah,
no!
there
Shh,
it
don't
is.
be putting that in the world.
Yeah.
Shall we have a
Oh,
quick
God.
pause anyway, because some of us have got to feed cats?
Yes, and I need
Yeah.
another drink. Good idea. Let's
I
take a
need
break.
Right. We'll be back in a minute,
Let's take a break
guys.
before we die.
Refill your drinks, go to the bathroom, do all that standard stuff. I'm saying it in place of Paddy. And
Drink water.
I'll catch you in a bit.
and we're back. Sorry about technical difficulties. Ha 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 ha. Yay. Anyway, as you all go to your own rooms to prep for the journey to Fraudwims and to say goodbye to various friends within the Jigging Jester, Blossom, as you go into your room, you see your stone from the Order of the Lycan, your report stone, has a new missive on top of it.
Right.
You pick it up and have a look. It is a reply to your earlier report about Grifter and whether the Order knew anything or could assist in any way. The note effectively says that the Order of the Lycan is not in any position to be able to assist in this. It's not something that they specialize in. However, they can put you in contact with someone from the Order of the Mutant who specialize in potions and things with the body who may be able to do more. And they list on there a contact, which is a blood hunter by the name of Raji in Zinabazab.
Right. How do you spell that?
Raji.
Oh. Nice.
Also, so that's two options then to help
Hmm.
the Grifter. Your an adjacent order of yours or my order.
Hmm.
And unfortunately, with Zinabazab, I think we've pissed off the key guy in there. So unless we can,
Oh, wait, no,
oh,
that's-
no.
that's-
Oh
not-
no.
Oh no, that's not Zinabazab, the gnome thing.
Oh right, where's Zinabazab?
Zinabazab is I can't remember.
Big circle on the left.
The person who knows.
Am I back? Can you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
we'll go.
God. This is the
Sorry
problem
about that.
with-
I literally.
with online stuff is that sometimes
Yeah.
Discord is just like, I'm gonna be a dick.
Yeah, I literally swapped windows on one screen, and it went, "No, you're not having Discord anymore." I'm like, yeah. So, yeah, because you remember Ragnarvale saying that obviously you would need to find someone to A, remove the connection with Grifter and the Bone Claw, and also someone who knows how to counteract the potion. It's unlikely that both of those will happen at the same time.
Where's Zenabazab again?
Right
to the
from
left.
to the left.
Drake Crags.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the way. That's why.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
worried about,
It's the
taking
thing that
Grifter
still
with
has the
us.
circle round it from many games ago. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. I'm going to leave the jester soon so that I can go speak with Finry before I get myself into trouble.
Yes, you should probably
Again.
tell her before we go on a mission that could potentially kill you before the wedding.
Yeah,
She's not going to
but
be
first,
happy.
yeah. First of all, though, I'm going to take out the Cliffy Conch shell from my bag of
Okay.
holding.
Yep.
And for the first time ever, I'm going to pray and hope that this is a bigger fucking thunderstorm that I get. I'm going to ask it, do the Faceless know where the Gnomish Stone is?
So you ask that
Or
question
the
and hold.
location of it. Yeah.
You hold the shell up to your ear, and you get the crash of waves and the sound of wind blowing. It's, neither a yes nor a no.
Hopeful.
Oh.
They're
I
not
don't
sure.
think they've located the exact location, but I think they might be in the area.
What makes you so certain? Look, putting a shell to your ear? You've never really explained why you keep doing that.
The shell gives me essentially a yes or no answer to a question once a day.
Oh, that's interesting.
It might translate as they're the same as us. They kind of know the gnomes have it, but don't know where the gnomes are. So that's
Yeah.
yeah. So
That at least buys us a small amount of time, I imagine, to get our affairs in order. Speaking of which,
Yeah, I'm going to go and talk to Gunther. You should probably talk to Finry and
Finry,
tell her and hope
yeah.
that she actually lets you come with us.
she'd be very helpful. I think she'd scare the Black Dragon.
Oh God, if you could consider coming with us, that would be amazing.
Whilst you're doing that, shall we multitask and some of us go to Fraudwin and then meet you at the boat?
oh, I
But
thought we were all going
Well,
together.
We're just doing a little bit of the affairs
Okay.
in order and then going.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So we'll start with Talia and Gunter. You head downstairs and you see Gunter at his usual place during the day behind the bar, with Rook serving drinks, chatting to customers, and generally running the tavern.
I'm gonna walk up to him, and for the first time, Talia's letting the mask drop. She's not hiding how terrified and she is. And she's gonna like fiddle with her nails and be like, "Can we talk?"
Yeah. One moment, and he walks over to you, takes you by the arm, and leads you through into the kitchens, and sort of like to one side, and you can see there's a couple of staff in here, cooking, cleaning, just generally keeping the tavern running. And he sort of goes, "What's wrong?"
We're going on a mission, and I don't know if I'm going to come back. Like, alive. And I'm a little terrified.
Okay, that's understandable, but do you know what I think?
What?
I think you'll do fine. I think you'll always come back to me. I think you've been knocked for six by things like Grifter and Bone Claw, and what happened in Reforp, and you've all got a bit of lack of confidence. I am going France. Why am I going France?
Confidence!
Guten Tag, guten
You are German!
Tag, guten Tag. I am German. Hello. Yeah. So, I think you've all got a lack of confidence. I think you all are better than you think. I think you are all stronger than you think. You need to believe in yourselves as much as we all believe in you. You saved so many of us. You may not have done it physically, but if Astar had stayed in control of this city, I would likely have been out of my ear by now. I would have been found out as a informant. I could have been in a dungeon. I could have been exiled. I could have been worse. Barras would have been at least exiled, if not worse as well. Various other people amongst the city could have been dead, enslaved, any number of things. Look at the good you've done in other places as well. You did good in Moontide. You've undoubtedly saved hundreds of people in Reforp despite what happened there. Minas Pangoli were not going to touch with a barge pole. That wasn't quite your fault.
But the problem is, Gunther, if we fail this, then all of that was for nothing. Everybody will die. Everything that I love.
Then don't think about failing. Don't think about it. If failure is not an option, don't think of failing. Look to what you need to do to win, and do it. You don't know if you're going to fail until you try. Do you?
Know what we need to do to not fail.
You can never know what you need to do to not fail. All you can do is do your best to make sure you don't. Do you think I run this tavern every day knowing that I'm going to get customers coming through the door?
Always going to get
There
through the door.
Not necessarily. When I first opened this place, I got maybe 2 customers a day. I thought I was going to go bankrupt.
With your winning personality?
Hey, it takes a while for word to get around. But it picked up, and I am successful now, partially because of you guys and the amount of gold I get for literally having you upstairs. It's wunderbar.
I just don't want to go without telling you how I feel.
I know how you feel. I can see it every time I wake up in the morning next to you. Even if I am hungover. Or sore. Both of those I blame on you. But still.
You're very important to me, and I can't imagine my life without you, Gunther, and my heart doesn't beat, but it does.
Puts a finger to your lips. How about this? You're allowed to say that when you win. When you come back alive. So you have to come back alive so you can say it. Do we have a deal? I'll sweeten the pot. You get to be top if you come back alive.
Laugh with like tears coming down her face.
Okay. Besides, the Talia I know, you'll make sure you all come back alive. And you'll throw anyone else who happens to be there in the way to make sure it happens. Not any of Armatae, obviously, but you know, if there's an innocent bystander who is, you know, not necessarily necessary for everything, you know, just throw them down, make them trip up whatever's chasing you. It's what I'd do.
You still have to teach me how to shadow step.
And I'm going to. Because you're not going to fail. You're not going to die. You're going to come back and I'm going to teach you.
Okay. I'm still giving you the letter and you're still swapping necklaces.
Of course. It's a tradition. And he reaches up, takes off the necklace and holds it out to you.
He'll take hers off and swap. And give him the note.
Yeah, he tucks it into his jerkin. I don't think I ever will have to read it.
Now, jump on him.
He catches you and goes, He goes, "Oh, is this a quick goodbye? There's a nice closet over there. Hang on, I'll just none of you vanish."
In the pantry. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Xandal, as you leave the Jigging Jester and head out and down into Halcyon Heights, you make your way to the Shattersun estate, walking through the small orchard of trees until you eventually arrive at the modest but well-made cottage. You see a number of artisans there fitting a new door.
Oh dear. Yeah.
After Talia kicked it in the other day.
Forgot I did that. Oops. Shit, do I still have to pay her for that?
You gave her 5 gold for it.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank God.
I'm gonna walk up to where the door is probably open at the moment and just call through. Okay, Finry, are you there?
You hear a small clattering on the stairs, and Finry comes into view, dressed in that same sundress she was when she saw you this morning. She goes, "Oh, hello, Xandal. What a pleasant surprise."
I'm just gonna walk up to her and I'm just gonna place my forehead like right onto her chest and just big, deep breath. Like
Big.
Big.
I mean,
no, this is sort of like
forehead,
What, you
your forehead does not reach her chest.
yeah, no, or stomach. Just like this is sort of like a moment of clarity for Xandal. He just needs a moment to sort of like collect the whirlwind of thoughts going through his head at the moment. Like, even in the back of his mind, he's just like told Haslick just to, like, 5 minutes, please.
And as you're sort of collecting yourself, you feel as Finry's hands reach down and begin like carding through your hair, combing through your hair, just gently stroking through it and brushing it. Her wings closing around you both and just giving you a moment of quiet and privacy.
Yeah. Eventually, sort of like, he looks up and he's sort of like, I don't know what I'm doing. I am potentially going on a world-ending quest. I've been thrust within a past few months into a world of chaos that is beyond anything that I have ever comprehended. I've made new friends, and I don't want to lose any of it.
She smiles and she gently picks you up, walks over to a seat and sits down and sits you next to her and looks at you and goes, "And I've never seen you happier. It's why I don't try and make you stop. It's why I don't try and make you change any of it. Because not only did it bring you back to me, it brought back the Xandal I first met. Not the man so obsessed by technology and sticking it to his father that he embedded strange things into his chest and endangered his own life and his own health. These people you've met have made you healthier, they've made you better. And I thank them in my mind every day for it. I thank them in my prayers to Pelor. And I know what you're doing is dangerous, and yes, I worry about you. But I know if I made you stop now, you'd return to being that shell of the man I once knew. Whereas if I let you go, you're going to come back not a halfling, but a giant."
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not in stature, but in confidence and in skill and in respect.
I just genuinely don't know what I bring to this group. Like, my inventions are rapidly thought out, and even then they only have minimal uses, and other than maybe Hacker and Emily, who have potentially stood either side of me.
She smiles at you and goes, I'll tell you what you bring to this group. You bring stability and friendship. You and Valdizian share a bond between you, almost like brothers. Like the bond you never had with your own brother.
Yeah.
You brought him out of a dark place, from what I understand, after Minna Pangoli. With Talia, you give her almost sort of brotherly, sisterly fighting. Yes, you do stupid things and she calls you out on it. But at the same time, you would both fight for each other to the death. Vienna is like that distant aunt. She acts cold, but at the same time, if you are threatened, she will act like the angry tiger she is and attack. Blossom is the stalwart, silent protector of you all. And your inventions improve all of them. Yes, they may not always be successful. Yes, they may not always be exactly what you want. But every time you give them something new, I see their eyes light up in thankfulness that you are trying to do something to help them. You're doing more than other people, Xandal. You're doing more than anyone could have asked you to do when you sat in that tower, tinkering.
And also bear in mind, it was also Xandal that means I got Winter's Moon.
Yeah.
Is the heart and soul of the group.
Some of your quick thinking has saved them on more than one occasion. You have the fundamental grounding knowledge that they need to operate on.
Just sometimes feel like so far out of my depth that I hold them back.
And yet, at the same time, you push them forward. It's only from the back that you can push. It's only from the back sometimes that you can lead. You know what you're going to do one day, Xandal? You're going to push so hard, you're going to let them fly. And it'll be one of your inventions that does it.
I promise. I'm going to do everything that I can. Come back and make our wedding the most spectacular event in the world.
Oh, you don't have to try. You just have to turn up. And she leans down and kisses you. And as she pulls away, she smiles, taps you on the nose. Now why don't you go show them what Xandal Shattersun can do?
Yes.
Show the world. And I'll be waiting here. And I'll have everything ready. And even if you're bloodied and beaten, you can walk down that altar, head held high.
And I will be the tallest man in the world.
My giant. My Xandal.
My angel.
I like fucking hell.
Right in the feels.
Absolute
Oh,
chaos
man.
gremlins and the biggest, soppiest saps in the fucking world. Oh my god. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Everyone's dating the DM. Two of us are dating NPCs.
Oh.
Oh god.
Eventually, you all meet in the
I was
stables
gonna say, thank goodness
outside.
Rowan's dead, eh?
Right, cut to
Fuck
Valdivian and the
Valdizian,
plan.
right?
Yeah.
Oh dear. But you all meet at the stables out the back of the Jigging Jester. You get your horses, mount up, and ride
What was mine
down
called
through.
again?
Oh, I
Blackthorn?
can't remember. Probably.
I think it was Blackthorn.
Wait, are all the horses there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Are they
Yes,
cute?
including Vienna's.
Horses. Hold up.
Oh God.
Cantankerous.
Briar, Slate, and Brown. We only had 3 horses?
Only 3 of them got named.
Oh, I was going to say, pure black one's mine, which is...
I can't even remember what I named mine. If I
Slate
did.
horse that's very stubborn. I feel like
Oh
Slate's
no,
gonna
you only had 3 because only
Oh,
'cause,
because 2 of you
rode
ride
with
with other people,
Artax.
don't you?
Xandal rode on Hagar, and the other 3 needed horses.
Well, I
but-
definitely got one. Cause
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bri- I think you either ride on Brown or you ride on Slate. I know that Briar's my horse.
I think I named Slate.
Mine's
I feel
not-
like yours is Slate because it says a Slate horse very stubborn.
Mm.
That sounds right up your alley.
well,
So I imagine
mine's
Brown.
Asculus. Because
Asculus.
it's
There's a horse called
Asculus.
Brown. It just says a brown horse. That's in my notes.
Oh,
Well-
actually, there might be their descriptions.
I've definitely told you.
Well, no,
that-
because it says Briar and Slate, and then it just says Brown, a brown horse, as if
Let-
Brown
let
is
Blossom
his name.
speak.
So let me rename it for you. Hang on.
Well, it's called Asculus because that's the Latin or the genus of horse chestnut, and it's a chestnut horse.
So Asculus, would that be A-S...
AES
Oh, shit. hang on,
C
I've spelled that completely wrong. A-E...
S
Yeah,
CULUS.
there you go. But it's a brown horse. There we go. Now they've all got names.
Well,
Okay.
it's a chestnut horse, which
Oh,
is
chestnut.
the whole point of the name.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We got them a long time
Because
ago.
I
clearly didn't name them
specifically
right.
googled what the hell is the name of a horse chestnut
A chestnut.
so that I could make that stupid pun.
I'll put our names next to each other. Fuck. Not that it matters. Bro.
Okay. Anyway,
I've
you
even
all
got it
head.
in brackets. Horse, comma, chestnut.
Don't talk to him about
Because it's
brackets.
a horse chestnut.
The pun, okay.
It suddenly became a list.
No,
Oh
we
dear.
clearly didn't take good notes when we got them. Hang on.
You need more
Okay.
brackets.
Okay.
That's what it is.
There you go.
Okay.
Named and named. Okay, cool.
Okay. So
Brown the brown horse.
you guys,
Not that.
you guys ride down through the Gateway District into Grimhaven and then out through the Eastern Gate, riding
we?
along the coastal path.
Do we?
Hmm?
How is my
Oh, yeah.
horse with me?
Your horse
Oh, you have
seems
to roll around
reluctant.
handle.
But it seems reluctant, but it is riding. It's just following
Okay.
the other 2. But you ride along the coastal road for a couple of hours until you eventually reach the switchback road that leads down to the beach, upon which sits Fraudwim's cave. You get there and you tether up your horses outside and head through the draping ivy that covers the cave entrance, moving within, entering into the hollowed out area with the ship that has been dredged up and filled with treasure at the end. You see Fraudwim currently lounging on a rock, playing with what looks to be a old set of armor. He's currently like sort of tapping at it with his claws, like getting rid of dents in it, and he looks up and goes, oh, hello, long time no see.
Yeah, we thought we'd pop back and see how you're doing, especially as last time we spoke, we were getting rid of a nuisance for you.
Yes, that was very helpful. Fortunately, no other dragons have moved into that lair, so I've been able to breathe a sigh of relief for a while now.
I called her a bitch.
I would not have done that to her face.
Yeah, I kinda did.
Ah. Well, I'm glad to see you're still alive.
That's why negotiations went a little bit sideways, but it all worked out in the end.
Good. Glad to hear it. So, I would offer you refreshments, but all I have is fish.
That's fine.
I can imagine Blossom's like,
Blossom's like, give me fish.
I would
Yes.
love some fish right now.
Oh, very
Starts
well.
prepping some sushi.
Frodoim reaches a claw down into the pool that they use to get in and out of the sea, and just plucks out this absolutely massive tuna, like it's the size of you, Blossom. And he just slaps it down in front of you. There you go. And share that amongst yourselves or however you wish.
I can never repay for this.
uh,
I will just drag this away into my
Blossom is
own
now
corner.
best friends with Frodo.
yeah, I
Anyone
don't think
comes to me-
anyone's seen that fish again.
I will never see Blossom again.
I've never seen that cat look so happy.
Ah, well, it's
So-
lovely to see you all.
Some advice, I think.
Some advice and probably looping you into what's going on a little bit in the world out there.
Go on then. Ask and tell.
Gonna probably end.
I beg pardon, what?
Yeah, the world might be close to ending.
The Divine Gate is at threat.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
We get that reaction a lot. Like, it's really serious.
I mean, we've been dealing with this knowledge day by day, and
I've seen what's going to happen if we fail.
I mean, you do realize I'm only 120, right? I can't. What do you expect me to do here?
What do you know about ancient black dragons?
Fucking avoid them.
We can't. Or maybe we can. We don't know.
might be going to see Umbra Blade.
Three Crags? Ring a bell. He's just like, "Ah, I don't like this reaction. I do not like this reaction.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to give all of our allies a heart attack, and yeah.
Oh, okay, Umbra Blade, right.
So I've been trying to convince everyone that we don't actually need to go into the mountain. We
Oh, no,
might
I'm with you, Vienna. I don't want to go in there. I think we've established that.
Right. First of all, fill me in. So, tell me
we'll
what's
just tell
going on.
him everything we know. It's going to be
Okay.
easier.
You
Based
take
on
your
the
time and you run through everything, and he sits there, listens, and he sort of goes, "Oh, shit."
Yep.
Umbra Blade is playing one hell of a game. No. There is a rumor. I have only heard about this from once listening in on when I was but a hatchling on a meeting my mother had with a contemporary of hers, a gold dragon, an ancient gold dragon. There is a process. There is a stage beyond ancient for dragons. You can become a great whim.
Doesn't
There are a number of ways to do this. What you must understand is dragons as we are, our magic is when we were created by Bahamut and Tiamat. It was done in such a way that our essences echo. If we exist on one material plane, we must exist on all other material planes, or have existed. Where Frauduim currently sits here, a Frauduim on another material plane also exists. As when an ancient dragon reaches a certain age, metallics personally do this through meditation, reaching out through the weave to other material planes through the astral sea and link with their other selves. If they are successful in doing this, they can ascend to become a great worm. However, there are other ways to do this. And I can only guess something like a dimensional tether would be an excellent catalyst for facilitating such a thing. If Umbrablade truly knows what they have, they may be luring a number of sacrifices in, or trading for the knowledge of how to use the gem to gain the ability to ascend into a great worm. And should that happen, A, they will go on a trail of destruction like this world has never seen. And B, if they do it right, won't matter if this form dies. They can just move to a different material plane into another body.
I really hoped when we spoke to you that it wasn't going to seem worse. I was hoping that, you know, you'd say something and it...
Well, I'm sorry, I only vaguely remembered this by chance. It may not even be accurate. It's something I've vaguely overheard. I would have to go and hunt down my mother and ask whether this is correct.
With our luck, it's probably true.
But if I understand... Oh, I don't particularly understand black dragons. I really don't get them at all. But Umbrablade is a fighter. Yes, they are cunning, but they are not particularly clever. They may be trying to draw people to them who know what the gem is, in a way to get how to use the gem out of them.
Or if the Faceless launch an all-out attack to try and get the gem, he'll have potentially a sufficient number of sacrifices to do what he needs to do.
No, it's to become a great worm, you must link with your other material selves, a certain number of them.
Oh,
now,
I
know
said there were
some...
sacrifices that were involved.
Not necessarily, no. It depends. Like I say, for metallics, we merely reach out through the ether and link with ourselves. We harmonize our essence. From what I know of chromatics, there's a few different ways they could do it. One of them, I believe, an ancient one named Ashardalon, once reached out. He was a red dragon who became a great worm. He reached out through the weave and devoured his other selves and absorbed their essence until he had enough power to ascend. But
So, if the divine barriers were broken, would that make it easier for all dragons to ascend?
it would make the process simpler, yes.
Awesome. Like, that makes it even... That's more pressure, because now it's like the world's going to end and the dragons are going to... We're going to die.
Well, is that something that... I've forgotten his name.
Umbrablade. Or does he just want to keep it to himself?
Yeah.
So only he can ascend.
Remind me again why he would be drawing people in.
He is a warrior, a fighter. He is cunning, but he is not clever. He likely got the gem and has figured out what it is. How to use it, not necessarily. Or how to use it efficiently. If it's rare for black dragons to make a deal, but if it's in their interest, they will. If it's something where someone is able to point out to him and teach him how to utilize the gem to astral walk to his other selves, he does not have the patience to go the meditation route. He likely also does not have the mentality for it, but if he could conquer his other selves, absorb them, then that is likely his path to great wormhood. And likely, once he is a great worm, he would have no more need of the gem.
New plan. Let the faceless hit him, and then we go in after.
Well, the faceless probably knows how to help him ascend, and they're just going to tell
From
him that he'll give up
what
the
you
gem.
said he's playing a game. He wants the game. More than likely, he set it up in such a way that only the most skilled and knowledgeable will be able to reach his inner sanctum. This whittles out the wheat from the chaff. Then, if they know what he needs, he will strike a deal. If they don't, he will destroy them.
But we don't want the gem. We just want him to keep it. How do we get him to keep it?
Oh, we don't want him to
And not
keep it
give it
now
away.
because
Yeah, I'm actually thinking
No,
the
so
same
this is
thing.
worse. This is worse because then we have to have the gem, but we don't want the gem because we can't protect the gem. But we can't let the faceless have the gem. What the fuck do we do?
I mean, I can try and seek out my mother and see if I can convene a council of metallics. They may be able to make some suggestions, but it could take weeks to a month to convene the metallic dragons. We are not necessarily, though we are more social than chromatics, we still maintain our own territories and lairs. And some dragons have multiple lairs.
I'm not sure if we have the time. I don't know how much time we have. That's the biggest problem, is we have no idea the time scale in which we need to do whatever the fuck we need to do.
I mean, the council or doing that might be worthwhile to get some knowledge out there that there is a terrible plague that's going to basically come down on this realm if shit hits
We
the
need as
fan.
many powerful people as possible, knowing that if we failed, shit is going to hit the fan. And at least try and... I don't want to think that we'll fail. I want to succeed. I have a very good reason to succeed, but we should probably, like, make people ready in case we don't.
If there is going to be a reckoning and the worst is going to happen, whether we're there or not, other people are going to have to step up. Other creatures are going to step up and try and...
People have a fighting chance.
Go back to the fundamental basics here. I've just had a thought. Back when you were facing the faceless, you weren't as well known across the world.
We weren't known at all. That's how we got our name.
So now that we have more of a name for ourselves, why do we not have our own spy network to track down the faceless themselves?
I mean, we have the underground, but again, that's kind of... We have to give them something, and we don't know...
Can we not speak to other cities?
I mean, we could always talk to them. If we're going to fail, then we won't have to pay them back. Right?
It's like...
Yeah, but they usually expect their payment up front.
I
Given
think
our
it's an option. If people have eyes and ears on the ground looking specifically for the faceless, we might have more chance of actually finding them.
I mean, if we can convince them that it's in our best interest, they might... It's a common enemy.
Mm.
They might help
They might waive the fee so that the world doesn't end.
Just got to go. Be right back a second. Sorry.
Right.
So...
So we're gonna die.
Yeah.
So we've killed Umberblade. We've got the gem.
Yeah. That best case scenario. What do we do with the gem though? Like, we're so screwed. Like,
yeah.
What do we even do? Like, I don't even.
I think at this point, all we can do is start sailing and see what we can.
Yeah.
We can achieve across the water. And
I really want to reach level 20 and like save the day, but I really
really don't think we're gonna do this. We're only level 13.
But also, if Fraudwin chats to his mother and the other dragons start chatting, we might end up with like Infinity War style. We're there on the battlefield.
We need all the portals coming in and just everyone just one last leg.
We might end up with an army.
We need an army.
If they
we
know
need
that
the whole world on our side right now.
Yeah.
they know that the world is at stake, then hopefully somebody will rally to our cause. Who knows, Dagus may even turn up.
What if we somehow get the word out to the whole world so that everyone is looking for the Faceless?
That's what I mean. It's like
if we can get the word out, and if people
before Vienna even turned up, she wouldn't have known who the Faceless were. So now it's become apparent. I was like, hang on, why are you not tracking these people down?
To be fair, before Vienna and that lot, it's not for the fucking want of trying. The dice have not allowed us to do.
We've had
any
3
of
or 4
shit.
clues, and we've failed every single time.
I have been trying to find out about those damn stones and how important they are for 2 years of this campaign, and the dice have not allowed me.
I mean,
every single time.
Specifically finding where their whereabouts are, if there's like activity somewhere.
Yeah, the dice have just fucked us over so much that,
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Oh, 2.5 pint iron brews and only 1 pint bladder. I felt fine during the break, and then it came on suddenly. It was like, oh, no, gotta go.
So, is there like the internet in Medora? Is there like some way of getting the word out to every person on Earth, like a grand broadcast system? Is that a thing?
Not particularly.
Shit. I could force out that plan then.
Fraudwin, I know that you've been generous in initially providing us with some cash to get started. If we were to try and get the message out on posters and to different networks in different cities, would you be willing to spare some gold to try and save the world? If we were to bankroll a massive message of look out for these people, can you inform us?
The world and summon demons and shit.
I mean, I can lend you some gold, yes. Yeah, I can lend you some gold, but I can't give you constant flow. I mean, most of what I find at the bottom of the ocean.
No, that's a fair point. Perhaps you just getting the message out to your mother and through the other dragons as well.
You could just spread the word. A message
Yep.
of a dire situation that everybody literally needs to come together or we're all going to die.
I mean, obviously, I will make sure it gets spread amongst the metallics and that we begin preparing. I would recommend.
Are you the only dragon with like a group like us? Like, do other dragons like patron for people? Like, is that a thing?
Some might. No, there are other adventuring groups. Yes, whether or not there's any as powerful as you, almost.
Can we get destruction management in on this shit as well? Can you imagine if all of our side campaigns come together? Because they're in Medora as well, aren't they? Well, they're not. They're in the mists, but
Destruction management with Ferren.
Oh no, it's the fucking heist group, isn't it? They're the
heist group of Medora.
Oh, they ain't gonna help. They're not nice people.
Come with the heist group.
Oh my god, can you imagine Talia and Lovelace meeting? Oh my god.
What about Shield?
Gunter would have to wear a chastity belt.
Fuck yeah. They'd be fighting over him. Well, yeah, that would be,
Fraudwin goes, again, I can get the word out to the metallics. The only thing I can recommend is maybe you obviously are friends with the Emperor of Barras, have him begin open diplomatic channels to the other cities and begin prepping them. Your friend Raknavale may be able to contact other contemporaries of arcane nature that he has in other cities. The issue you have is, though you are well known in only a few cities and by name in other places. It's
and the
depends on their reputation, because I mean, Minas Bengali, like we turned up in that,
Mm,
and then Moonfire,
exactly,
like,
and
if people have
most
only heard of us from like bad things that we've done, then they're not going to listen.
most people do not want to hear of the world ending, or will just think of it as hearsay or
We don't have to go into that
Rumours.
much depth.
Not have to
We
tell them
just
that it's like
need-
world ending. Just
We
Bounty
just need
for-
to ask people to keep an eye out for
Bounty.
faceless.
Bounty for intelligence on the faceless.
a bounty on Slade's head, because I really want to kill that guy, the one that got away.
Shade.
Leader of the faceless. Oh, Shade. Did I say Slade? I'm thinking freaking
Yeah.
DC.
yeah,
Wait, is
wrong
it
person.
It is DC, isn't
It
it?
is DC, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wrong fandom.
I thought you were still
sorry.
in Christmas mode.
There is an
Yeah,
issue with
No,
that.
I meant the leader of the faceless. We haven't fought him since like the beginning of the campaign, and it's been running for like 5 years. Forgive me for forgetting the fucker's name.
Xander, what were you saying?
The issue with placing bounties on people for information
Because a
is
few lies will turn up.
false information will come through.
Mm. Unfortunately, I'm thinking I may have to reluctantly talk to my family.
Yeah, I mean, what can they do?
They're in the underground, in the underworld. They can get places. If you need a spy network, they're
Well,
there.
I'm thinking if we get them to work together with the underground, I generally think we're probably going to have to talk to the Silver Drill.
I didn't mean underground. I meant underworld.
Underdark, but
Underdark. That's the one I was looking for. Yeah.
that place with the
That-
mushroom
Underground.
and the spiders.
Yeah.
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 I do generally think we should talk to the Silver Drill as well.
Mm.
It's worth a shot. We don't have to strike a deal. We could just, tell him. He might decide to act with the information we give him, anyway. It's in his
They
interest.
do have my listening devices as well.
Yeah, they probably already know then, right?
We can
If you're
probably,
listening, Silver Drill, set up a meeting.
we can probably
Darren.
discuss this on the way back to Maham. I promise, Frodwin, next time we visit, we'll come with happier.
Good news?
We've got stories that we could regale you with. There's the one about this floating spider and a whole host of
Giant
other
Clockwork Queen. She was pretty scary.
like more hearted stories, but unfortunately the situation is the situation at the moment.
Oh, well, I need to set off. Like I say, I need to go and see if I can find my mother and begin getting the word out amongst the metallics, and maybe even a few of the chromatics. There'll be a few of them who will not want a Great Worm or Umbra Blade to rise. I know there's a green dragon in the, I think it's in the woods south of Black Waste, who used to have territorial disputes with Umbra Blade. They definitely
Perhaps
wouldn't
use
want
the
to.
bargaining chip as well if they don't want their boss coming back from hell. It's in their best interest with this.
Because it's not
He's
just
scary.
Charlie that's going to probably take advantage. Tiamat's probably gonna.
The issue we have here is we do not want to spread word of these gems too much. As though there are those who will not want the Divine Gate to fall, there are those who will want the Divine Gate to fall.
And we'll
For
end up
every-
helping them. Yeah.
For every chromatic who chafes at the yoke of Tiamat, there are those who openly worship her and would do anything to try and curry her favor.
Just thought of something. If the Divine Gate falls, the gods would be able to do something?
The gods
If
would
they
be
are
able
so
to.
inclined. Would Bahamut come and help?
Bahamut would move if Tiamat moved, for definite.
I mean, the Raven Queen's already trying to get me to make a move because she cannot, but maybe if the gate dropped, she might help. Probably won't. But she might.
It's a tricky situation. The gods, though the Divine Gate is in place for a reason, there are also agreements amongst the gods of non-interference. Some may decide that if the divine gate falls and the land begins to fall, that it is better to cut their losses.
Wouldn't they?
Some of the gods may decide it is better to cut their losses and leave it at that. Because of the non-interference pacts with the other gods. They may see that even then, them stepping in, despite the divine gate being missing, could anger their fellow gods. Politics is politics.
There's also the issue of gods of a lesser favour. They'll be having to contend with them too.
Indeed, this Rixali will likely do this in such a way that it gives her an edge.
Done this before. I'm sure. Other worlds or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, Rixali, the level of the abyss she rules over was originally a material plane.
I'm just
But
trying
she
to
sunk
think
into
whether
the
that
abyss.
was that in my thread visions or was that in books that I
That was
found?
in a book.
That
You
was-
found that in a book in the Jade Library. That's where she got the level of the abyss she rules, because she herself is not physically powerful enough to overthrow other demon lords to claim another level of the abyss.
Tricks.
But because she was able to add that one herself, it is intrinsically hers. Another demon lord can't take it from her.
So let's focus on what we can do concurrently. If we quickly go back to Maham, try and set up a meeting with the drills, we can set them to try and get some information for us. We could potentially then jump on the boat where Vienna can possibly reach out to family and try and arrange something that way. And at
Not
least
that
with
I
them,
particularly want
We
to.
could set wheels spinning so that things are happening, even if.
yeah,
whatever
whilst we're on the
we're
boat
doing
travelling
fails.
across the ocean.
Broadwim raises a claw and goes, "May I also point out, you have trusted fellows, correct? You have friends,
Allies, yes.
people that you trust, allies. Why not have them work whilst you strike? Instead of having these meetings yourself, let one of them do it. I believe I don't know people particularly well, but I believe you've mentioned a Gunter, who is in some way, shape, or form an information gatherer. Could he not expand his spy network? Could he not talk to the drills on your behalf whilst you are gone?
Could, but that would put him in danger.
Would he not put himself in danger for you, as you would for him?
Yes, but
You
I don't
have
want
to-
to get hurt.
You have to realize you can't do everything yourselves. Sometimes you're going to have to, not necessarily shift the buck as it were, but let others share the weight, even if it's only in small ways.
Fuck, the Silver Drill already pretends to be Gunter. He's already in danger, right? Fuck.
You've already said you need to set up some form of organization. Why not trust in those you know already to begin forming it?
Makes
I'm
sense.
saying now I already don't trust my own mother, so there's that.
But at the same time,
Can
do you
trust
know her well
her
enough that you can
to fulfill her
know
own
how she will work and use it against her? You don't have to trust someone to trust that they will get you what they want or what you want,
It's
as long
her,
as you
she'll do it.
provide them what they want.
In fact, I
Okay.
may even have more stand in dealing with one of my sisters.
In that case, straight to the ship, and we might need a lot of sending spells over a couple of days. Are you up for
Why
that?
not just
If I'm going
mean,
to ask Gunter to
or
put
just
his life
write.
on the line,
Yeah,
I want
I can.
place.
Letters take time to get to people if we want to start this right away.
I
Yeah,
have
no,
a scrying
it's
stone.
I have,
to get to Maham.
I have something I need to do with the ship as well. Anyway, I need to speak to Bosun.
And I've got the stone to talk to my mother, so.
Well,
Anyway, talking to God.
Sounds like I was at least a bit of help despite my lack of wisdom and age, but glad I could assist.
Always appreciated, my friend.
Thank you.
My pleasure, and I will set off immediately to begin informing the other metallics. I wish you speed on your journey. You watch as he lifts off and flies over to that pool and dives into it, vanishing down into the ocean's depths.
Blossom, you're going to have to put that tuna down if we're going to get out of here.
Awesome by this point has just a tuna skeleton and a massive belly.
Go roll her out.
This is the ship?
Yep.
Okay, you go back out, mount your
Oh, you're
various
muted.
steeds. Who?
We can't hear you.
Me?
Wifey.
Okay.
I'm not muted.
Oh, what you were saying there wasn't coming through your mic.
Oh, she was just saying she doesn't want to speak to Gunter through someone else. She wanted to tell him herself.
Yeah.
So you all go back outside, mount your horses. Vienna taking a couple of tries as her horse. Every time she tries to mount it, it takes a step to the side, causing you to do that sort of awkward hop.
I can imagine, like, Vienna's horse and Hacker are like kindred spirits. It's just pure sarcasm between them.
little shits, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You'll hear
eventually-
Vienna chuntering in Drow. There's probably a few choice words in there.
Eventually, you are on your way again, and you move back the next few hours to Maham. By this point, the sun has just set below the horizon and night has fallen as you come back through the eastern gate into the city, into Grimhaven. And you are free to go where you wish, as you wish.
I'm going to go straight to the ship. I want to speak to Bosun.
Okay, so you
go
head
ahead.
straight along the waterfront down through Grimhaven to the Sapphire Docks. Anyone else going anywhere?
Hang on. Sirenscape's being a dick. Thank you. I was trying to get nighttime and it was just like, no, I'm not going to do nighttime because I'm a dick.
I think everyone else has got more important things. So.
Yep. So are you all returning to the Jester or going elsewhere?
Well, I'm returning to the Jester because I need to talk to Gunter.
Yep.
I'll return to the Jester and probably think about using this stone to speak to my mother.
Okay. All right.
I...
So we'll do... Yeah.
How late in the night is it?
At this point, probably about 9 o'clock.
Shit, let's judge that.
I'm going to the Bloodied Basin.
Okay.
It's alright, I'm
Alright.
prepared for that, that's fine. Funnily enough, I actually did
Alright.
prepare.
So we'll start with Zandal. Zandal, you ride up on Hacker to the Ferry of the Depths, and you see Bosun materialize, and he goes, well, only one of you today. What's going on?
There'll be the rest of us at some point, maybe over tonight or tomorrow. I just want to clarify a couple of things.
Aye.
No one can get on this ship without our permission, correct?
No one can get below decks without your permission. Anyone can get on board the ship.
Okay, that's good to hear. Also, how good is the ship at being prevented from being dragged?
I mean, me and the lads will do what we can, but we can't actually physically fight other than firing the cannons and, moving the rigging and the boards a bit. We can't actually stop boarders.
No, this isn't so much being dragged by people or creatures or something. This is being dragged by something trying to find something.
I see. What
Right. Okay. So obviously we can keep the ship moving. Me and the boys don't need any sleep or eat or food, but we won't be available for all of you when you need us. And obviously we're limited to the ocean. So
No, of course, the ocean is not going to be an issue for what I have planned.
well, we're limited to the ocean currently.
Yeah, I'm going to bring a chest on board. I need this chest below decks. I also need the chest to remain open.
All right. Think we can manage that?
There may be some extra bits that suddenly find their way to the boat. Shit. Sorry.
I mean,
I'm about to say, you're cruising for a bruising.
you dare calling my big bulky galleon a ship, you little
Oh,
shit.
fuck me, no, is it no shit?
All right. Well, if things turn up, then obviously we'll let you know.
I have a plan in mind that may work for whatever I've got planned. I will come back to you as soon as I can with this chat.
All right. We'll be ready for it. And
There you
you
go.
set off for the Jigging Jester. Okay. So we'll move now to Talia. As you arrive at the Jigging Jester, it is in full swing. There is a good crowd in tonight.
Free soundscapes. You picked the one I wasn't ready for. Okay, good. There we go. Continue.
As you walk in, you again see Gunter and Rook and a couple of the workers manning the bar, bringing out food, just generally doing what they do in the tavern.
She'll walk upstairs.
Gunter just sort of looks around, drops into his shadow, and as you get upstairs to the room, you step inside and he is laid, spread out on the bed.
Hunter, I don't need a distraction right now. Put some clothes on.
But
Later.
you put it. I got the wrong signals. Wrong signals.
I mean, I'd really want to, but not now.
But the whip. But I if you go to tower for the whipped cream, at least.
Oh, for God's sake. Alright, you're clean, right? Take
Yeah,
it back.
good to get sorted.
Okay. You bastard. Okay,
Revenge.
what was I gonna say? I got distracted. So, maybe I've been so scared because I'm trying to do everything myself with the whole group, right? And you're
Yeah.
a spy, right?
Informant, but close. Yeah.
Have you ever worked with the underground?
I've swapped information with them from time to time.
Would you be willing to?
Yeah, me and the Gold Drill have a bit of a relationship at times.
Relationship, and she'll get like really serious and jealous.
I mean, it's a mod run. It's not anything like that. I don't think it even has.
Eyeball, but I mean, you have some weird kinks, so I never want to assume.
Yeah, but that thing's as close to like perfectly asexual as you could come. Like
Oh, that's
bloody
what I
hell.
meant.
Yeah, no, I mean like occasionally I'll have a little flutter, place a bit of gold here and there. Not anything major, just a bet at the arena or a bet at the bloody basin, things like that.
We need the best spy network we can possibly get. We need information, and we need to get information out. Did we say we were going to tell them about the faceless, or did we decide against the thing? Remind me, guys.
I think we're just going to acquire information.
We just
on
want
the
information. We're
faceless.
not spreading information. Okay,
Yeah.
we just want information. Sorry.
even if someone just spots them and notices there's about 10 in this one particular area, that's enough information for us to go on.
We need to know anywhere where the faceless are. We need to know their movements before they know that we know their movements.
That was a good try.
It made
That
sense
was a
in my
good
head.
try.
It made sense in my head.
But I get where you're going, and I can do it. I will step up. I will let Rook
I just
and
don't want to put you
Ambund.
in danger, but then the Silver Drill already knows your appearance. He's already pretended to be you. I told you about that, right?
Oh yeah.
He didn't fool me for a second, but you know.
No, nine. It's fine. But Ambund's been wanting to step up more into tavern, so I'll take a bit of a step back into tavern running. She can take a step forward with Rook, and I will liaise with Father Nicholas and the Underground and a few of my other contacts, and we will make some work. I do like the shadows.
Good. I like the shadows.
Don't. I know, and don't worry. We'll get you results, one way or another.
Gunther's good at pumping people for information.
Oh, that he is.
Oh, so I'm assuming you're going soon then.
We're on the move, kind of.
Are you taking Grifter with you? Just so I'm aware, am I needing to keep him safe here?
We're hoping to, but at the same time, then we have to babysit a comatose child, and
I mean, you'll probably have to babysit Talise as well. She's not going to let you take him without her.
Talise is not coming with us. There is no way
Then
that would allow it.
Well, then you either need to persuade her of that or figure out some way of transporting Grifter when you get to wherever you go. Because she is not letting him out of her sight currently.
I will need to talk to Xandal before I agree to anything like that, because it's his sister, and he will kill me if I put her in danger without at least telling him first.
Well, that's fine. I'm just making
for
you
the time I
aware
nearly
that
killed
if
her.
you're wanting to take Grifter, currently Halise is not going to fucking let you. Not without her.
Does she, like him?
She feels responsible for not noticing what was going on with him. He was her friend.
Maybe I should talk to her anyway. Oh,
She's been
so
looking
much to
after
do.
him all day today.
She's not been doing her training?
Oh, she did her training as well, yeah.
Oh,
But
cool.
any time that she's had free time, she's been in that room with Grifter, taking care of him.
Well, she's been keeping up her training. She's probably a pretty damn good rogue by now, if she's done what I told her to.
I mean, there's nothing to say that you don't necessarily just leave her on the ship with Grifter until you're ready to take Grifter wherever you need to take him.
Either, I will talk to Xandal first. I don't want to piss him off.
That's fine. Now, in the meantime, the strawberry is starting to go a bit gooey. Could you please pull it out?
I'm sorry, what?
The strawberries and cream? 9? And there
At
we
least
fade
it
to
wasn't
black.
a banana split.
No! You cleaning that up yourself. I'm not going anywhere near there. Like, no. It's
Oh,
not. It's not International Women's Day. Come on.
Deadpool reference, sorry.
Anyway, fade to black. Then we move to Vienna.
She kind of paces around her room a little bit. She's got the stones set up. She's got the paper set up, and she's like, she's just thinking about how she's gonna ask what she needs to ask without sounding like she's begging. So she keeps picking up the pen every so often to start writing, and then she puts the pen down again. She's like, no. And then she just starts with the word.
As you go to write, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no, she's already watching me.
Or it's mommy, as in.
Or it's one of my sisters.
Oh, I was thinking more Mrs. Icy and Beautiful.
Oh yeah. 13.
13. Your vision fades to white,
Oh.
and you come to in a beautiful icy throne room.
Hello.
And sat on the throne is that perfect icy countenance of the Winter Queen as she looks down at you. our knight. If you need help, why have you not asked us?
I apologize, Your Majesty, but given my, well, let's say race, I find it difficult to ask for help.
Understandable. And though as a knight you must be strong and resilient, you must also have the judgment to know when to ask for assistance. And you watch as she suddenly is in front of you.
Yeah.
She reaches down, her fingers trailing along your face and neck. Just this biting cold following them. And then her fingers tap on Winter's moon. She smiles. Let's just say we're going to provide you some help. For free. We can't have our knight being sidetracked. And your vision returns and you're back in your room. And from out of Winter's moon, 5 tiny quicklings appear. All of them bright, icy blue as they look up at you and get dropped to their knees and say in common, "How may we serve the Winter Knight?"
Shit. Like five free messages, pretty much, right? Quicklings are pretty fast, right?
Yeah. Quicklings have 120-foot movement speed regular.
Fucking hell.
Oh god, now I've got to think about how to utilize these guys.
Shit! What's that? You have a plan, player? Let me just make it so
this
you
is the
don't.
this is the thing. You thought
No.
the title Winter Knight was just a title.
Yeah.
It's a rank. If you ever actually run into another Winter Fae, you can pull rank.
Right.
Do my bidding.
But now I've got to think about what I'm going to do with these guys. Just hang fire for a moment. I need to think.
As you wish, and you see that though they're kneeling and not moving, they're blurring in place. They're constantly like shivering and
Vibrating.
shaking and vibrating.
I don't really know what they can do, to be honest, other than spread messages.
So quicklings they're half the size even of gnomes. They're like literally a foot tall. They're tiny.
Okay.
They are so fast they can run on the top of water. And they are stealthy as all hell.
Okay.
Like literally they can fit through gaps most people can't see. They're normally used in the Feywild as you say, messengers, but also as scouts, spies, all sorts of basically utility and espionage.
Okay. One of you, I need you to go to Minas Pangoli and speak to. I've got to remember her name.
Hold up. Let me see if I can help. Let me
One sec.
bring up my notes and see who we've got, because there was a few connections in that shit. Where is it gone? Location.
I think she was one of the Drizzt family.
Okay, so NPC's connected to that Tarlok Darfur. We don't need to worry about him. We don't need to worry about Lady Alauva either. Jasper Debonese, leader of the Dark Dawn, and there's a Gerald Porter, half-elf friend of. Oh, he probably won't be able to talk to Raoul's
No.
friend. But yeah, there's a Jasper Debonese, who's a leader
No.
of the Dark Dawn.
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to make me try and open another Word file.
I've got nothing else. Everything else is connections with Rowan, not Fiona. So.
Hang on.
Yeah, it was in the. If
was
you
in
think back
Rethorpe.
in Rethorpe, the drow that were under the.
The Naveen Netters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but you made them leave.
Yeah, to Minas Pangoli.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's where I'm sending it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Darcina, she's the brothel
That's
Netar Darask is a netter.
that's the one, I think.
Natar, yep, that's the one.
Natar.
There we go.
Got there eventually. Yeah.
Give me the right city. I was looking it up. I had to go to Reforp to the connections to that one, but yeah.
So yeah, one of them I'm going to send to that one and pass the message across that I need intel. If they've seen anything regarding, so I'll give a description of what I know of the Faceless from what the group have told me. If they've seen anything regarding any major gemstones there, if they've seen any movements, I need to know.
Okay. So one of them just takes that in, nods, and then blurs and vanishes.
Yeah.
We know that the gem's gone because we know that the only two remaining gems are the one in the Gnome City and the one in Drake Crags, which means the one
Yeah,
in
but I
Minas
can't
Tirith is
remember
gone.
if the gems were actually still in Minas Pangoli when we
No,
blew
but
it
that's
up.
what they were.
Yeah,
And the Faceless have that stone from the throne because
we
the
don't
only
know if
stone
they
they don't have is
disappeared.
the one in the Gnome and the one in the Drake Crags.
but
got
we don't
stone.
know if they disappeared in the time.
Oh,
that-
whether the Faceless are still there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah. I thought you
whether
meant
they
just the
picked it up
stone
when the
itself,
drow
yeah.
got there, or
Mm.
so.
Oh, you think whether they
That's
whether
one.
they stole it under their nose? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
4 more. Have fun.
Diegus.
Diegus! Oh, please, we should do that and then message David just to see where he could just, even if he's not like coming back, he could at least tell us what his character would do. He'd probably be up for it.
Were Vienna and Dergris on good terms?
Not
I mean, you
particularly.
did make
No.
him carry a barrel all on his own.
Yes, and I probably
Did he care
sat
about any
on
of us?
the
to be
barrel.
fair?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he taught me a magic spell, so.
I will keep the quick links to one hand at the moment. I think the other one I'm actually going to send to one of my sisters. It's the one sister I trust above the other one. It's the older one.
Mhm.
And she's probably going to be more likely to want to take over our mother. So I'll use that as a bargaining chip and just say, if you help me, I'm interested in helping you.
Because you don't
Okay.
want to
So
take
you
over.
sending the are you sending the quickling or are you sending that with the stone?
I thought the stone only went to my mother.
You, as far as you're aware, it only goes to your mother.
So I'm going to assume that, so I'm going to send the quickling.
Okay. The
Yeah,
quickling
can't risk
nods
your mum getting
and
wind of that, yeah.
then
No.
also blurs out of sight and vanishes.
And then with the stone to my mother, I will start writing, I need eyes and ears.
Okay. So you write that out and then you watch as it gets sent through the stone. About 5 minutes pass and then a reply comes. Well, it's good to see you're taking your air duties a bit seriously and beginning an information network. I'm so proud. What kind of eyes and ears do you need? Do you need trustworthy spies, untrustworthy spies, informants? Are you needing assassins, spies?
Vienna kind of
Yes.
pauses for a moment and went,
Assassins,
all
yeah.
of the above.
Go assassinate the Faceless, please.
So
So she'll
send-
describe the Faceless and say they are a threat to us.
okay, you send that off. About 5 more minutes passes, and then you get a response, and it goes, very well, we'll keep an eye out for these people, and we'll transfer you any information we get. I'll also organize for a ring of Lolth to be crafted for you, and it will enable you to be able to see through the eyes of spiders. It should assist.
Awkward. Because you don't follow Loft, do you?
No.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you also know that for a ring of Lolth to work, you have to do the daily rituals.
Yeah. Vienna will thank her mother, basically, and leave it at that.
Okay. Okay. Moving on from Vienna, we move to Valdizian as you make your way into the bloodied basin where you can see it is already heaving in here. There is a rowdy crowd downing mugs of cheap ale and spirits. You see there is currently a fight going on in the actual basin itself. Looks like a half-orc and a what looks to be a Goliath slugging it out between them, both bare-chested and bare-knuckled.
I can't remember what his name, but do I see the guy that basically nearly killed me?
Dron Copperbeard.
Dron Copperbeard, yeah.
Yep, you see him currently sat at the edge of the ring, shouting encouragement to the Goliath, going, "Go on, boy, go on! No, aim lower! Yeah, that's it! Solar plexus! Solar plexus!"
I'm going to go up to the bar and just be like, "What's Dron drinking tonight?"
You see the barman is like a regular human, and he turns around and goes, "Anything? I swear that dwarf would drink paint stripper if I served it to him."
Okay, what have you got that's strong that won't knock him out?
Everything.
If I buy him like 3
Everything.
bottles of it.
He just reaches down under the bar and pulls out 3 bottles of what you would recognize. You've had it before in here, Scumble.
Scumble, okay. Grab the 3 bottles and just ask for 2 glasses.
He puts down 2 wooden goblets.
How much is that going to be?
For 3 bottles of Scumble, that'll cost you 5 gold.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Is there a seat next to him, or can I pull a seat up to the table?
There's no seats. He's literally like at the edge of the pit, like leant on the edge, shouting down at people.
Okay. I'll go up next to him and push 2 bottles towards him and 1 bottle for myself.
He sort of sees the bottles and goes, "Hey, oh, it's you! How you doing? Have you recovered from the last time? Sorry I hit you so hard. I thought you were a bit tougher than that, but you know, those scales are a bit misleading."
Yeah, so it's a bit of a tradition when I'm coming to nearly die, I tend to see you first, so I thought I'd keep with that tradition.
Now look, I know I hit you, but I don't swing that way. All right.
No, you hit me so
I've
hard.
I've heard rumors about you and that halfling, but
What I meant by that was, after our last meeting, I had a brush with death. Just about got through it.
all right. And you see as he uncorks a bottle of Scumble and just swigs from it and goes, "Aye.
You betting tonight?
Did you just swig Scumble?"
Yes.
Constitution saving throw.
What could possibly go wrong?
What's that? You could
You
possibly get
you
assassinated.
take the swig and you immediately remember why you only had a small amount of Scumble last time, as you feel the world goes slightly sideways for a moment and everything tastes of purple, but you manage to sort of shake it off and sort of snap back, but everything's got a bit of a blurry outline to it already from just one mouthful.
Yeah. After that night, we got jumped, and I came this close to dying.
Aye? Well, that happens to a lot of people, especially in here.
It was crazy guys with these white masks. Weird folk. Just gonna see if
Sounds it.
there's a reaction.
I mean, most people who wear masks are, dodgy as it is anyway. He swigs from the bottle of Scumble again, and you see he's already halfway through 1 bottle of Scumble, and he's fine.
That's fine. Trying to find those people that jumped us, or if anybody's talking about them. But I know you're a man that likes your liquor. So, how much would I have to drop you to go on a pub crawl? Town to town to town. Places like this, places that don't normally, the regulars don't go to, and just, if you see anybody, or if anybody's talking about people doing weird shit in white masks, maybe drop me once you're sobered up, drop me a sheet of paper, drop me a letter, let me know what's going on.
You're a weird one. But I don't dislike it. By God, you're weird. Alright.
I'm willing to fund a pub crawl for you. That's got
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
something.
I heard that, and that is very tempting. Alright. Tell you what. 200 gold, and I'll make the rounds to at least the nearest towns and cities. See if I hear anything, and I'll drop you a letter. I ain't promising anything, though.
I'm really bad with maths. There's a bag of gold. I think it's got 750 in. Would that make you a little bit more...
He just sort of weighs the bag, looks at you and goes, either you're fucking naive, or you're that fucking desperate. And he just tucks it into his jerkin and goes, Alright, I'll go as far as Cadden, then, the City of Gardens. I've always wanted to go down there. I hear there's a satyr around there who's a pretty good brewmaster. I'd be interested in trying some of his.
He's great. We know that guy.
And if you can't get hold of any pen and paper, just try and get a message back to the Jigging Jester, or it'll get back to us at some point.
Oh, don't worry. I'll manage, one way or another. I've got an old pal that I'll probably take with me. Knows a little bit of magic.
It's right in the veil, isn't it?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Can you imagine it going on a
Can you
pub
imagine
crawl with
Rackamail
Rackamail?
going on a pub crawl? No way I can go with him for a pub crawl. That's crazy.
In the meantime, do you fancy another bout, or are you going to chicken out and walk out of here without throwing some fists?
Fight.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, the shield!
He's gonna
The
die!
shield.
Yeah, the shield!
Oh, no.
Oh no! This is where the faces assassinate you again.
Do I still? I do not still have the bloody basin map. I've deleted it. So we are just going to have to. We're just gonna have to theatre of the mind this one.
Yeah. Do this. Shit. Let me just quickly find
God.
you something. Fuck, I don't have any.
Let me just find Ron Copperbeard's character sheet.
Fuck, hang on. Both panicking. Shit, I need.
If the world's gonna end, I need to like get it to at least 1-1 in terms of the.
Do I even? I don't have any battle music for the Maham's sound set. Shit. Oh, I've got bone claw shit. I could use that. It's a bit dark. Fuck it, we'll use
Laptop
that.
don't die.
Actually, no, I take that back. I am gonna chicken out.
Aww.
Do you want to know why? My
I've
bloody
nearly got the-
shield.
We literally said the shield and we're laughing.
Oh, I didn't hear you say the shield, so.
Because you're weak against.
I mean, luckily
Okay.
enough, you've still got the,
Yeah.
the periapt, is it the periapt, the brooch or whatever it is that's going to prevent you from dying.
I'm not weak against certain types of. I'm now vulnerable to all types of physical damage.
And he's a fist fighter. Yeah, you get
Yeah, he's a monk.
Yeah, if I didn't have the shield, I probably would have. So I'm going to renege on that if that's okay.
That's fair.
Ah,
Would it
go on then. Be off with
would
you.
have been funny if you died doing that.
You can have the rest of my bottle though.
He takes it and just downs the whole thing. Goes,
Oh, you froze for a sec.
I was going to say,
Am
I
I
think
here?
that time we all did.
He
So I
was
don't-
he was like
Yeah.
he downs the bottle end.
oh, he
Yeah.
called you a
That was
lightweight.
it.
No, that wasn't just you, Paddy. I think everyone froze
Okay.
at that point. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, that was
No, he
probably
called you a
the-
lightweight and waved you
Yeah.
off.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I
Am I
mean,
gonna
we've
convince
got to cover all
Sandra to
bases.
listen to all of this?
So yeah, and I'm going to head back to the Chicken Jester.
Okay. Okay, by this point, Xandal, you will have made your way back to the Jigging Jester. I'm assuming to collect a certain chest.
Yeah, I've got another thing that I want to do as well. So I assume Gunter is currently occupied, so I'm going to find Rook.
Okay.
Probably very much
Well-
occupied, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll find Rook. I'm like, Rook, I have 2 questions. First, can I gain access to the vault? Secondly, do you have a brass, brazier, charcoal, and incense I can touch?
Rook goes, can do vault, don't have brazier or incense. No.
I do. You'd know that I do because that's how I summon Queenie. All of
Yeah, but
those-
I can't see you. I'm
but
not
I'm
walking
just
into
saying-
that room.
You can call out. She'd probably like help you. Just saying. She needs to talk to you later anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, can I get access to the vault? I need to make sure I've got the spell prepared.
Yeah. Okay, so Rook goes with you down to the vault, which is now an extra dimensional space and magically warded due to what happened, paid for by the city. And you watch as Rook inserts his key, and then you insert your key, and you unlock, and there's a flash of arcane light as the door opens, and you are able to enter into the vault.
I don't have the spell prepared. I was going to drink it so that I could carry it. I've got 2 very strong robots with me. Fine. Yeah, I'm going to take the chest. I'm ready to move it to the jet.
Yep, the robots pick it up and move it between them. It goes,
Yeah.
Good.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep, you close and lock the vault again behind you with the clicking of gears and flashes of arcane magic.
Yeah, so I'm making my way back to the ship.
Okay, so you leave and you
I
head back
imagine
towards
Blossom
the ship.
sat there at like the thingy, just sees me wandering, walk back out with a chest in tow, like what?
Okay. So, we'll say you managed to get that back to the ship and get it stowed on board, probably
Yeah.
in your quarters on the ship.
Yeah, I'll open the chest because I now know the combination, and try and get the chest secured so that it doesn't move.
So you
And the arm
you know
inside
that what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take the arm out of the chest, because you know the chest currently has an enchantment on it that is preventing the arm from doing anything. So you're going to have to lift it out of the chest and then secure it in your room.
Yeah, I'm pretty much going to do that.
Okay.
So
Easy enough to do with preparation. You manage to sort of chain it to the wall, and as you get it chained in place, you see as the fingers twitch. These massive black metal fingers just twitch and move, and you see it's trying to do movement, but it is locked in place.
okay, does the ship feel like it's being pulled along?
As you go up and out onto the deck, you see the ship is not moving.
Perfect. Thank you very much for this, bosun. You may find 2 legs, an arm, a head, a body. Very big, very metal. Hit the ship at some point. If you can, get it on ship, get it below deck.
Hey, I'll do that. I swear this group is weirder than some of the ones I've served before.
Hey, look, you've got a ship in a ship. How could it go anywhere? Because the quality is still on that ship.
Yeah, it is.
I was going to say the what was it? What's it called?
Qualish.
Qualish, yeah.
The
I forgot
Qualish.
about that thing.
Yeah.
I haven't used that since Photo Word.
Yeah, because
Yep.
you chose horses instead of a machine that moves faster.
But we thought it was like a submarine.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
was
wait, no,
also the
it's not.
fact, the Qualish is quite loud.
That is true.
And also only good on certain types of terrain.
Yeah.
The minute the Qualish comes up against stairs is probably
It's
a
not
bit.
dark.
Yeah, but at the same time, it goes ching 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 ching, and then looks at the stairs and goes.
Wait, Daleks can
Ching,
go upstairs
ching.
now.
Oh yeah, they can.
Do you remember that whole
Anyway.
episode where it's just like, ooh, I can do stairs now, bitch?
Anyway, you all reconvene back at the Jigging Jester, ready to begin packing for your trip.
Randall,
Yes.
you know how we wanted to take Grifter with us?
Right.
Your sister won't leave his side. She wants to come with us.
Not a chance.
Yeah, that's what I said, but if we want to help Grifter, I'm not sure whether you're going to be able to convince her to lead his side. She blames herself, so we need to talk sense into her. But maybe also trust that she has been following her training like a insane person. Like, she might even be a better rogue than me. Unlikely, but she might be.
Yeah, you said
doesn't have to
that a
lift
couple
ship.
of weeks.
Hey,
you
she
spoke
survived
a
me
couple of
stabbing
weeks
her.
ago.
That's impressive.
I was gonna say, you said that a couple of weeks ago and impaled her.
And she lived. That's not proof enough. We should talk to her at least.
I have an idea. Right, let's go talk to her.
Okay.
Okay, so you head down and into the guest room that you had placed Grifter in, and as you go in, you do see Helise currently sat there sewing as she's sat by Grifter's bedside, and you see Grifter
Throw a dagger
has
at her.
you see Grifter has had his clothes changed, and as you throw the dagger, go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Watch her crit. Watch her crit.
Don't put that in the world. 18.
18. The dagger flies across the room.
Come on, prove me wrong, girl. Do something badass, please.
You watch as she sees it coming, and though it hits, she bends in such a way that it reduces the actual hit as she uncanny dodges.
Dodge. Beautiful girl.
Yes.
She still takes some damage, but not as much. And she looks up at you and goes, "Getting real tired of that." And she
You're
then
getting better, though.
she pulls out the needle and throws it
Yes!
at you.
Yes! Let's go, queen! Attack
That
me!
is going to be a 21 to hit.
That hits! Oof. I'm gonna uncanny dodge that, obviously.
That's going to be 6 damage. So you take 3.
God for the temporary hit points. Now that's what I'm talking about. You're getting better, my girl. I'll make a rogue out of you yet.
What do you want? Can't you see
Randall?
Grifter's resting?
We need to take Grifter with us. We're going on the journey.
I'll go pack my bags. And she gets up and starts to walk out
No.
the room.
You're not coming with us.
No.
She stops, turns, and Xandal, you have only seen this glare twice. Once from your
That's
mother,
probably aimed at...
and once
Well.
from Finri. What do you mean, no?
We're going to save his life, but
Exactly. And I'm going to come with you.
you're not ready yet.
I don't care. I'm not going
I
to
need
fight.
you.
I'm just going to look after Grifter. Are any
I
of
need
you
you
going
to-
to have the time in the general day to wash him, bathe him, change his clothes, make sure he's kept hydrated?
It's just like trying to hide a grin. She has every intention of letting her to come with. She's just more putting on a show for Xandal because she wants her to prove herself. So I won't say anything.
Walk with me, Finley. Not Finley, Tilly.
Walk with me, Finri. Wrong woman.
it's
She's a bit too short.
As
Finri.
because I heard Finley's name before and I sort of like, no,
she looks at you and goes, "No, I don't think we will walk. I think we'll talk right here, Xandal."
no, because then we're going to make a mess around Grifter, and then you'll be even more annoyed.
We're not
I'm with
making a mess around Grifters and or stop being over dramatic.
No. I want to see for myself.
You what? You want to fight her? Let her prove how strong she is. She might surprise you.
That's the intention.
All right. I will look after Grifter. Show him that you can come with us.
As you're saying this to Talia,
She's already attacking. Fuck! Don't attack me. I'm on your
Plot
side.
twist: Xandor gets killed. Halise joins the
that's
party.
a 24 to hit.
Girl. Who? Me or him?
24 to hit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
You are going
As
to
if that was
take.
in any doubt. Come on.
You're going to take 13 piercing damage as you feel a dagger slide into your side. As you were turned around, Halise had quietly crossed the distance between you and dug a dagger out of her bodice and into your side.
That's my girl.
Okay.
Do you think I'm not capable anymore, brother?
Now let's see what you do to a bigger, stronger person. And with that, I take my hammer. And yeah.
I'm just gonna sidestep up to Grifter and make sure that they don't make a mess. Get out of her way, and then just grin proudly.
Yeah, 30 hits.
I need to roll the d6.
Oh my god, you kill your own sister.
14, and it's considered light in here, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
The crystal channels the absorbed light into energy, and the crystals crack and groan as they grow exponentially, causing the hammer's head to double in size briefly. The strike adds another damage die from the warhammer, which will be the d10, and the hit target must make a strength saving throw DC 14 or be knocked prone.
Okay.
If not prone,
I'm going to just walk past as this is happening.
Yeah,
It just happens.
she passes the save.
okay, but she takes
And-
an extra 7 damage.
Okay, so she's uncanny dodging again, so she halves that damage again. As she
Val walks
whips
past
out
the
away.
door. Fiona's in her own room going, what the bloody hell?
Like a fly breaking out in
Um,
Grifter's room.
If not prone, the hammer will get second pre-attack after the attack and the second pre-attack. Yeah, it'll shrink back down. I also get my bonus attack or my second attack.
This is your sister, right? You know that this is your sister, right? You're not fighting an
Yeah,
enemy.
27
it's
hits.
non-lethal. So that's another 12.
Come on, girl. Kick his ass.
Yep.
She's not Hellish Rebuke.
She's not a tiefling. Only I can
The
do
hammer,
that.
um,
Or rather, she's not
the
a
hammer
tiefling, she's
takes
not
the
a-
absorbed
not a-
light and transforms into heat, causing the crystal to grow a searing red. The wielder must pass a DC 8 con save to keep hold of the weapon. At the same time, strike causes an extra 3d4 fire damage. So that's the fire damage.
Okay.
And con save from me.
Come on, Halise, show him what you're made of.
And I keep the down. All of
Okay,
this
you,
is as non-lethal as possible, by
Yeah.
the way.
as you smack into her twice with the hammer, she sort of ducks and dives and sort of does what she can to minimize the damage, but her dress is looking torn and she spits out a bit of blood as she glares at you, and then she is going to reach into like almost like pockets in the side of her dress, and she pulls out 2 daggers. And Talia, you've never seen these daggers before. You've got no idea where she got these from. She's been...
I'm just incredibly proud of her, right?
And then she ducks under the hammer and swipes at you with advantage. That's going to be 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It's my girl. Adapt.
You take 6 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as the poison on the dagger takes effect.
I get advantage on that, don't I? Because it's
Probably, because you're halfling.
22.
22. You feel your muscles trying to lock up, but you manage to sort of shrug off the poison, the paralytic poison, before it can do too much. She then is going to take her second attack with advantage. That is a nat 20.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go.
I'm assuming another con save. Poison, yeah?
Hang on. That is 14 points of piercing damage. And
Okay.
this blade, this is the second blade. As this
Yeah.
one sinks in, you are also going to take 24 points of necrotic damage.
Ouch.
She's been trained by me. Come on, dude. You expect her to pull her punches? She's gonna kick your
She
ass.
is then going to bonus action dodge.
Okay.
As she sort of raises both the daggers and sort of takes a stance that will allow her to move easily.
Fair enough.
Du-du. Not Superman? Okay, sorry. Wait, no, that was Indiana Jones. What was that? Wrong dude.
Val just runs down the corridor, knocking on Vienna and Blossom's door, and it's just like, Sandal's fighting Elise, a bit like the scene from The Matrix where Morpheus is fighting Neo. See if they all run up to the.
And then just see Talia just sat on the bed next to Gunter, not next to Grifter, being like, "Yes, show him what you're made of, girl."
Yeah, Vienna could just go and kind of goes, that's pretty standard in Drow society, so
Bear with me.
as long as no one's being assassinated.
I'll give Lisa a second.
What, you think Elisa's gonna lose? She's gonna win.
No, I mean she's
Okay, so
necrotic dagger and poison. So
yeah. So I'm
Gone
at
full
disadvantage
assassin.
here now, aren't I?
You are at disadvantage as she's dodging.
And trained by someone that
18.
specializes in necrotic damage.
18 hits.
Okay, so that's 9 plus. Let's see what the Dudag does. Ooh, 1.
You had
The hammer.
You've had one before, have you?
No. The hammer focuses the absorbed light, and the head glows brightly. The bright light causes an additional 1d6 radiant.
Oh no, I think you have done that before when we were in that.
Okay, so just 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
place.
And then my second one. 21
21 hits.
for another 10. And 2, so that's another d6 radiant damage. So that's another 3.
Okay. She looks like she's starting to wobble. She looks like she's having trouble standing up now, but she seems resolute. And she is going to go in for 2 more attacks.
Okay.
That is a 15 to hit.
That's a miss.
Okay, second attack. That is a 17 to hit.
I cast shield.
Okay. As you go to cast shield, she is going to get a Mage Hunter strike.
Queen,
Nice.
it's my girl.
That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep. So that's going to be 9 piercing.
Yep.
And where's that other D8 got? There it is. And 8 necrotic.
Okay.
As she stands there panting, looking you dead in the eyes, and just smirks.
She is probably looking at me, and considering that I'm usually so withdrawn, my focus is entirely on her. I'm watching her every move. Like, we we always got on really well. We're probably like the closest out of our family, and yeah, she is not dodging this time. So normal.
Oh, she bonus action dodged again. Sorry.
Oh,
I forgot
she
to say it.
bonus action dodge. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me just roll that one again. 22.
Yep, hits. There's very little way for
13.
you to miss. 13. Okay, she's going to
32.
uncanny dodge this.
Okay.
I want to help her, but I want to trust that she can do this because she'll hate me if I do.
Okay, so that's 18. Okay, she's looking really rough. Her eyes are starting to go out of focus.
I'll just yell some words of encouragement and mantras from her training to try and remind her
Yeah.
to.
Are you going for your second strike?
Yeah.
Still disadvantage. She's still dodging. 20 hits.
Yeah. How close is she to falling over?
It looks like if you do a decent amount of damage with this one, it will knock her out.
If I do see her fall, I will catch her.
Well, essentially, this is just going to be a boot to the head. It's not going to be an actual, like, thingy. It's just like, boop. You're done.
And this is where she smirks and pulls open the front of her dress. And you see a chain wrapped around her torso. A familiar chain that she has lifted.
My fucking cold
As
iron
she
chain.
activates the cold iron chain and it snakes out towards you.
I'm looking down at my torso like, how in the fuck did she look of absolute fucking
1
pride
second.
in her face.
Cramp. Oh!
The DM's so
Oh! I moved my leg wrong. Oh!
DM has smited the DM.
tense. The DM has hurt himself. He's
Oh.
sprained his DM muscle.
Yeah, as she activates the cold iron chain, you need to make
Fucking
I believe
hell,
it's a
I'm
con
so
save
bad.
16.
Oh, she makes better
Okay.
use of it than I do. Oh, I'm gonna end up fucking giving it to her, aren't I? Ah.
I'm going to use one of my Domanu.
Yep.
Not that I needed to.
Yeah. As the chain whips by you, you sort of dodge out the way, and as she sees it fail, she just sighs and then collapses unconscious,
Oh,
having used the last of her energy.
I'll grab her and like, and I'll
yeah,
I'll
I'm
pump
going-
some cure wounds into her.
Same.
7 healing.
+5.
Yep. After a minute or so after the healing's been administered, her eyes flutter back open and she sits up,
I'm just looking at her with a
Stares up
massive,
at you.
proud grin on my face.
stares up at you resolutely, Xandal.
You did well. I'm proud of you.
No more proud than I am, because I didn't even notice you stole the cold iron chain, you little rogue.
You left it outside your room last time you and Gunter were doing stuff.
Keep it, my girl, you've earned it.
Okay.
And never speak of what you heard.
And never speak of what you heard in that room. Because I never get to use. I never fucking use it properly. I think she deserves it. Yeah, I will give up the cold iron chain. It's hers now.
Oh, okay.
I just sort of like stand her up and I will hold her face and look at her. If you come, you protect, you do not step out of line. That is all. I cannot lose you.
You are.
Trust me, I'm not going anywhere except by Grifter's side. If that means I stay in one room, I do that.
And with that, I pull her into it.
She hugs you back and then quickly pulls away and goes, I need to go put a new dress on, and quickly runs out the room.
but
She'd rip the bodice open.
oh god.
I thought she was just using like a distraction tactic, and I was just like, maybe you've learned a little bit too much from me.
I hadn't even noticed. I was sort of like,
Well,
what?
she's your sister. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But you all pack up and you get Grifter ready, and Halise comes with her belongings and what she needs to take care of Grifter, and you all make your way down to the ferry. Boarding onto the ship, you all prepare, and Bosun goes, right, where are we going?
Before
hell of
we
an
get to that
adventure.
point,
Yeah.
when everyone's gathered up again, I will drop my last 3 remaining quicklings.
Where in the fuck did you get those? They're creepy.
They're apparently very good messengers. So she will explain what they are and how she acquired them.
We've seen a quickling before.
Yeah, in the when you've played the snowball fight,
Yeah.
they were in that place there. You fought quicklings.
I can't afford that. Talia, can I ask a quick favour?
Sure. What?
You summon your bird thingy, don't you, with a
And
brazier?
I'll click my fingers, and Queenie will appear on my shoulder. Yes.
Could I borrow that?
You want to help, Zand? And I'll like tickle it under the I guess
Not
chin.
the bird, the
Oh.
brazier incense.
Oh, you don't want Queenie? Oh, look, at least give her a pet. She's upset now.
Pat the bird.
And I'll go, here you go, and I'll hand you the brazier and stuff. Are you thinking of summoning a friend for yourself?
Yeah.
You not have enough? You've got 2 mechanical ones already.
Well, I can't afford to get Adomiat back just yet, so I'm going to use this new book.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend an hour summoning a field owl.
Yep. You spend the hour and you summon a. Are you making celestial, devil, or fey? Celestial. In a flash of white light, this beautiful owl appears and lands on your shoulder and just sort of butts its head against you.
Hey.
Oh. Queenie, behave. She's
I
demonic.
can imagine Blossom sat there like.
She's like the opposite.
It's everywhere.
They're gonna hate each other. Gonna have an owl and a
Blossom's
raven fighting
twitching
each
in the
other.
corner.
Yeah, Blossom's like.
Oh shit, 2 birds.
Now there's birds.
Now there's 2 birds.
So yeah, is there anyone else we need to send messages to quickly?
I mean, I've already sent Guntrof, so I don't, need a quick link for that.
I think
can't think of anything.
everyone else is pretty much. We can ask Barras to send a message out to any
I mean,
leaders.
Ragnavale could put the word out to any mage associates he has, I guess.
Mm.
For defense or.
But again, that would be a
Like-
Barras thing, wouldn't it?
Did
Oh, I
you want to forewarn the church in Zimazazab, whatever the name is?
Zimbazab. Zimbazab?
Even though I haven't worked out where that actually is again yet.
Oh, we could send word.
Oh yeah,
The ravens roost in. Is that in Zimbazab as well?
Where you want to go is in Zinabazab, yes. Hang on. I've got to remember the actual name.
Give them forewarning that we're coming in the situation, I guess.
I don't really know who I'm talking
Well,
to.
tell
though.
them to prepare for a soul that needs to be separated, I guess. So I'm assuming we're probably going to get that from them, and then. Wait, no.
She hasn't. You don't know the name of the temple in
Yeah, I don't know enough
Zinabazab,
details to
but
go
you
and
know
send
that you
them.
need
Yeah.
to see the raven's eyes.
Yes, the Raven's Eyes.
So I'll keep hold of the quicklings for now, and it's like,
Oh.
just get comfortable. She'll just say that to them.
I suppose if you've got one spare, you could send one to Raji. Also
Okay.
in Zinub. Zinna's Jesus Christ.
Zinnabazab.
Why are we
He's just
all having
deliberately-
trouble?
We can't say the word.
Send them to ZZB.
Yes.
ZZB, we'll just call it that, yeah.
She'll take off one of the quicklings and well, Vienna will first go. I think you'll need to give me the details because they'll only follow my orders. So
Yeah, so it's he's a blood hunter of a separate order of mine, but he might be able to help with.
They'll be able to help with the potion side of things, and then I think
Yeah.
my temple might be able to help in terms of severing the connection.
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
so
can just walk in
you-
and be like, "I'm
It's
the chosen one."
I think it's safe to mention that it's a bone claw. They'll know what
Yeah.
what that is.
So yeah, Vienna will pick out one of the quicklings to go right. Would basically where to go. Just prepare for us coming. We're bringing someone who needs this potion for removing a bone. Well, coming back once we've removed the bone claw, hopefully
A potion
Okay.
to bring someone back from the
asleep. Yeah.
death sleep or some such thing.
Okay. So, you send them off, and they go blurring out of existence. The door clattering behind them.
I feel like I've got my own little Knack McFeagle. It's great.
Yeah, pretty much what quicklings are.
Yeah.
And on the wind, you hear a cry of "Crivens!"
Yes. Only Terry Pratchett fans will get that.
Yep.
All the quotes and references this
Nay
episode.
king, nay lord, nay master. Anyway, yep.
Yes.
So you send them off. The other two sort of return into like almost snowflakes and flow back into Winter's Moon. And
Ah.
you get the feeling you can summon them out when you wish.
Ah, that's useful to know.
Ship.
Yep. You all get to the ship, and Bosun goes, right. What's the heading?
Zinabazar.
Zimzip, zimbazap.
Ah, all right.
Kizigar.
Zigazigala.
Ah. This is where
Well-
he takes it somewhere completely different because we keep saying it wrong, and he's just like,
You lot go down below, get your guests comfortable, and we can get part of the way there as I can jump to Minas Pingoli.
Oh, okay.
if we could do that where they can't see us, that would be great. Wait, no,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
don't see us. They don't know it was us. It's fine. Yeah.
No, I think they did. Or they
No,
assumed it was us.
I'm pretty sure we rolled really good stealth checks and we got out before
Right.
the city crumbled because I remember you cackling at the
Oh
watching
yeah, I
the
was
thing
definitely
burn.
remember that.
Yeah, they didn't know. We got out before all shit hit the fan.
I
so
just
we're
thought
good.
they presumed it was us.
No, they didn't even know we were there because we were under
Right.
the radar the whole time. Because we
yeah.
snuck into the thing and
But as you all go below and get Grifter and Halise comfortable in a 7th room that appears, and make yourselves ready, you feel the ship pull away from the port, and after about 10 minutes, you feel that rushing, gushing sensation of
hate this
traveling
bit.
through the water.
What?
Your ears pop, and then you feel yourself surfacing again. And as you all return to the deck and look out, you see you are off the coast of Minas Pingoli. You see in the distance the lights of fires, and you can see that the ship. This has cut a good, maybe 3 weeks of sailing out of the journey. You've got maybe a week left until you make landfall.
Okay.
And I think at that point, it's a good point to end because we do have to have a hard finish. I would love to go on, but I think that's a good point. Hope you all enjoyed. Sorry for technical difficulties and the late start, but crap happened. Bit of a roundabout planning session, emotional session,
Very emotional.
heavy RP, but I enjoyed it. I hope everyone else did.
Next
We will obviously keep you updated on socials and stuff for next session. We will try and get back to our usual scheduling, but obviously scheduling is weird.
Life.
People has lives, all that sort of stuff. But until we next see you, Happy New Year. Enjoy your own games, and ta-ta for now.
Bye.
Jazza.